Yo. Sasquatch is how we doing this morning. Good heavens. I just have my clothes out, my workout clothes. How are we doing this morning, Sasquatches? How are we doing? Welcome to Welcome to the Sasquatch Sessions. Gather around the stump. Let's get ourselves some coffee. I got some coffee we're going to brew up this morning. Right? We're going to talk a little bit about how we're finding the gaming cure, how we're getting closer and trying to figure that out. Hello to all of you. As usual, I have two questions to kick us off to get the conversations rolling. Question number one is, where are you watching? Good morning, Adele. Yeah, there she is in all her glory. Where are you watching this from? You don't have to tell me exact location, but it's always fun to hear the country. Where are you watching this from is number one. And number two is going to be real simple. What are you sipping on? Is it a little bit of water? Is it a little bit of coffee? How we doing? Let us know. Kibblenett from Wisconsin, little U.S. there. Cambridge, UK, Maryland. From Crash. 91, good morning from Croatia, U.S. Water. Japan, I'm watching you from Saudi Arabia. Retro Sultan. Nice. Today we're going to be brewing coffee in the Yeti. The Yeti pour over. I have a matching Yeti mug to drink. So we're going to have some fun with the Yeti one. This is resembling that of a V60. And so that's today's cup is going to be in the Yeti. I hope you guys don't mind as you guys share. But what do you... Oh, U.S. water. Water, I get it. Because I asked you about what you're drinking. Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Kansas City sipping pour-over coffee. Nice, dude. Nice. Mississippi and some community coffee. Pistachio latte. Don't come at me. That sounds delicious, Fabu. I'm not going to be mad about that. I can't sit here and tell you that doesn't sound good, because it does sound good. Top of the morning, Orlando, Florida. All right. Delhi, India, sipping some tea here. Okay. North Carolina, and getting ready to make some coffee. Okay. You know what? I need to record this. I'm going to record this session. Let's see how that goes. Hopefully it doesn't skyrocket my CPU usage, but we'll see. And hopefully it doesn't drop my frame rates. But we're recording today, baby. We're recording today. Well, actually, I should check to see how much Fargo, North Dakota, and a cortado. Huh. I need to see how much internal storage I have, because I think that I might get myself in a little trouble if I... Oh, no, I got a couple hundred. Costa Rica. Nice, dude. Nice. We're not getting any drop frames, are we? Everything's looking good. Looks like everything's... Yeah, we're good. You'll be fine. All right. Let's get the coffee brewing. Guys, today, conversation is great, which is finding the gaming cure. Fargo. I'm in Bismarck. Oh, nice. Finding the gaming cure. Let's get this. Hold up. Colombia, my guy. Stream is crispy. Sick, dude. Finding the gaming cure. What is that? You guys see me getting silly with it on my analog pocket. One of my favorite pieces of tech. One of the reasons why I like the analog pocket so much. We got to put Adele down. Adele, you're just looking so good in making the stream lose focus. We're losing focus because of Adele. And I'm not mad about that. Finding the gaming cure is something that I don't know about you guys, but over the past few years, with the introduction of a lot of the different things in the gaming industry, we have like all of the different graphical things, ray tracing, now on console, all that stuff over the past couple of years. Gaming has kind of felt like it's lost its focus, lost its way, almost lost its heartbeat. Oh, wait a second. Garrett, 1984, cruising in slowly. The world is ending, apparently. Orwell wrote a book. The day Garrett was born was actually the day that George R. Orwell wrote the book 1984. When that whole day was when Garrett was born. Sasquatch enters the stump arena. Yes, we think of it as more of a chill place. But due to it being the end of the world, he looks at it simple and sweet. He looks at it like it's not just a place to sit, but a place to go to war. Covered from head to tippy toe in hockey gear, we have Garrett, 1984, cruising in and reminding us that not only are we here to relax, we're here to prepare for the end of the world. Yes, indeed. Garrett, thank you. And then, wait a second. Fernando Rodrigo Villa drops a gifted membership? That's possible? All right. Gifted membership. Thank you, man. My guy Desbo received one gifted membership. My guy. See, a gifted membership is simple. Fernando, sitting there drinking a sip of coffee, throws a members only card, because that's what it takes to be a part of the stump, up in the air, and immediately we see a gentleman, my guy Desbo, go whoosh, grabs it and enters in. All my crap was stolen from my storage unit when I left for Japan. The thing I missed the most is my Game Boy Pocket. I need to buy another one, play some Dr. Mario. Honestly, the Game Boy Pocket's great. I would just go analog pocket. I think the analog pocket is one of the greatest pieces of gaming technology to get released that is not a mainstream console in the past, gosh, It's incredible. I love it. I absolutely adore my Analog Pocket. And the reason for my adoration for the Analog Pocket is because the device itself is able to not just play my favorite games, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, but it's able to play and do a little bit of emulation, but slow me down. JD, yesterday I found a Game Boy printer in the flea market. I bought it, and it's amazing. Fernando, if you find another one, please buy it. I'll Venmo you. I would love to have a Game Boy printer. I wish the Analog Pocket was more pocketable. I think it's pocketable. It depends on what kind of jeans you wear. If you're wearing the skinny jeans stuck in 2007 emo kid, yeah, maybe. But if you're wearing dad jeans, a little bit baggy, a little bit loose, ready to get after it, maybe have to squat down and fix a bike tire, potentially have to, jump up to chase someone down, a little bit of tag, should be good, right? It is a little bit large, but I'll tell you what, man, this thing right here, as you get older, your eyes go. It's not as easy to see, but this thing right here is, this saved modern gaming for me. So the Steam Deck reintroduced me to gaming because it said, hey, guess what, Dad? You can play games wherever, whenever you want. And that for me was huge. I needed that as a pops. I needed something that was going to allow me to play games on my terms. And that was the Switch as well as the Steam Deck. And then the Analog Pocket creeps into my life, just as it does, right? First I got, a Game Boy Advance SP sent to me by my buddy Morgan. And then he goes, hey, you know what? I got this Analog Pocket. I'd love to send it over to you. I threw him a little bit of scratch and he sent this to me. And it was one of the best things that happened because this right here allows me to take a step back, but this isn't connected to anything other than you. And this is the thing that is so crucial in finding the gaming cure is figuring out how you can hardline yourself into your gaming experience without having to use a Wi-Fi connection or anything like that. We got a shout out to the mod Retro Chromatic. Totally brought me back into game collection and playing on the go. Switch 2 was just too big for me. I don't know what that currency is, but I appreciate the donation. 100 car. Does it allow me to click it? What is that? What is QAR? I'm not familiar with that currency. But thank you, man. I appreciate that huge, awesome, generous, beautiful donation. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Just so you know, every membership, every dollar, all goes to the stream. Helps me out. That's huge. It's massive, and I appreciate it. I'm out in Qatar. Oh, yeah. But also, I will read your comment even if you don't throw money around. I'll read it. So don't feel obligated. JD, did you try any of the Mod Retro GB games? There's a universe of brand new games for the Game Boy Color. I own most of them. And I've played some of them. Love the vids, man. Thank you, Ryan. The Eating Warrior. Ooh, it looks like we got some coffee ready, guys. It looks like my coffee is finished brewing. So I get to take this beautiful Yeti, not Hydro Flask, not anyone else, this Yeti brew method off. I get to take my fresh brewed cup of elixir and move out all of this gear. And now I have my cup of coffee, and I am excited to sip on this. JD, it's becoming a tradition for me to check your stream on my lunch break. Only name available. That's great. I really liked the charms that come with the Mod Retro games. Isn't that great? I love that too. Hold on. Let me pour off some coffee. Let's get this going. That is so good, man. First thing in the morning. Gosh, I need that. It's just so nice to have that. Well, welcome to the Sasquatch Sessions, guys. This will be happening every Monday, Wednesday, and hopefully Fridays. The Sasquatch Sessions is a beautiful, somewhat morning show, coffee show, podcast style stream that you're going to see here over in the Analog Den. This is us gathering around the stump and just enjoying this conversation, this coffee, and then later gaming together. Yes, today we will get into somewhat later in the show. We'll play some Mario Kart World again with each other because I feel like that's just so much fun. So we can look forward to that. And so, question for the chat: what's everyone's favorite Switch 2 game so far? First or third party? Mine's been DK Bonanza. Mine is going to be Mario Kart World. I would say second to that would probably be DK Bonanza. And I'm enjoying Pokopia, but I will be honest with you, it takes me a long time to get into some of those sim games. Man, I'm having a hard time deciding what game and console to focus on. Too much choice, not good. First world problems. I know it doesn't matter. Here's the deal. I'll have the fix for you. Sell everything except for one, and that's the one that's going to be the right one for you. DK got dethroned by Pokopia for me. That's totally fair. I just want to love Pokopia more, but it is very difficult for me to get into sim games because they're just not what I would gravitate towards personally. But Bonanza is a bonanza. It's delicious. It's delicious. Yeah. Smart. So that's the thing the conversation I had with someone. Oh, also mine's Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2, but I'm going to pick up Bonanza. Bonanza's great. Not Switch 2 exclusive, but I've mainly been playing Pokemon Fire Red on Switch 2. Same. I lost myself playing Cyberpunk on Switch with AR glasses. Oh, sick. Which brand? I'm doing a little bit of an ad spot in the next few weeks for Vitcher. They sent me the Beasts. I've been impressed. It's an experience. Do I use them every day? No. But that's not that's not what I'm here to tell you. I still want to play DK Bonanza. It's good. That's the one I haven't played yet. It's good. It definitely is good. At the moment, I'm on PS2 diet. I need simpler games for Switch Brain Off for sure. I like Bonanza, but began to feel repetitive at some point. Yeah, Vitcher Pro. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm in Vitcher Beast. What's up, brother? Just popping in. What's up? Hey, nerd. I'm extremely biased, but I love Wild Hearts, and I'm very happy with Wild Hearts on Switch too. Oh, great. Is the person in here who said, JD, what do you need to go full time, and asked that question? And I said I'd get back to you. I have your answer. Someone asked that very specific. They said, what do you need from us? And I have that very specific answer if you guys want. If you're in Discord, you already heard it. If not, I'll share it with you today because I have that. I don't know if you're here. If you're not here, then I ain't saying, I ain't telling. Relaxing through Pokopia settles us down at the end of the long day. That's sweet, man. I like that. I do. I think that Pokopia came at a good time. I would have never thought that Pokopia would be the game that did it, but it did, and it's doing great. I think that there's a lot of other games that are good on the Switch too. One is, dude, I'll be honest, I can't get enough of Mario Kart World. I think there's something so special about getting into a Mario Kart game. Like, Mario Kart as a whole is just so, it's so fun. It's so fun. It's so reminiscent of a time in gaming that was special. Do you remember the first game you played? Mine was Zapper. First game I played ever? Yeah, first game I played ever was Super Mario Land 2 with my dad. However, Mario Kart Live with my son has been hilarious, and I was playing through Mario Galaxy 2 right now. Missed the first time. Really good game. I actually have never played Galaxy 1 or 2. It's a shame Nintendo didn't have some DK Bonanza, to be honest, themed DK Pauline outfits for Mario Kart World. I really want to get Mario Kart World, but the open world kind of scares me away. It looks kind of barren. It's not. And you never have to experience it. Mario Kart World couldn't top Mario Kart 8 for me. I think I overhyped it. No, here's the deal. Mario Kart 8 is, I believe, the objective better Mario Kart game, but I love Mario Kart World for what it did. Chilling in the home office today, fighting my way through cold number 100 plus. Since my kids started nursery, good excuse to finally catch one of your streams, even if it's 2:30 p.m. here. Loving the vibes. Oh, necessary smile. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mario Kart World was the game that made me buy the Switch 2. Then I got bored, and when I saw your stream playing Mario Kart World, I started playing it again. It's a great game. It's incredible. It's all mindset, guys. That's the thing, is it's all mindset. Sure, you got bored. I think that there's an unfortunate conversation that is just wrapped around gaming right now that is completely like crazy and just insane. Ryan dropping another 100 QAR. We gotta look. Someone look this up for me. I think that this is $30, dude. Honestly. Pocopia is my next after Leaf Green. I just beat red version in December and yellow back in February. It's just been a nice way to relive the classic Gen 1s, how it's evolved. I want to start Pocopia later this week. 30 cents US. So it is $30, dude. That's crazy, dude. This guy's dropping. Dude, thank you. Thank you, Ryan. It's 27 USD, but thanks, dude. I appreciate it. JD is the king. Glad I'm not the king, dude. Christ is king. Glad to be catching another stream. For sure. For sure, man. For sure. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate it. 100 car is 28 USD. Yeah, dude, thanks. I appreciate it. What can someone tell me what the name of that currency is? I don't know what the name of that currency is. But guys, anyway, get back to it. There's this vernacular around gaming that I think is really, really hypercritical, super like aggressive around always being served, always being like, oh, you need to please me. Raya, okay. You need to please me. You need to make me feel good, right? And we as consumers, we as people who interact with things, we should be the target demographic. I'm not going to take that away from you. But there's a mindset that I believe exists in the gaming space that is extremely dissatisfied. And in general, being dissatisfied and like entering into it highly critical and extremely negative has created this like continuous fulfilling prophecy, which is always being dissatisfied. And when you decide to take a step back and enjoy something, when you decide to be like, hey, I'm going to play through a game that is, if you ask people, objectively dated on hardware that might be a little too expensive, playing a game that doesn't have all the features of the Ein Thor on an analog pocket from a company that slowly releases, and not getting bogged down by all the things, you end up becoming the very picture that is this thumbnail. A giddy little kid playing a game that you played as a kid, enjoying it and actually having fun. And here's the biggest thing, finding the cure in gaming. Let me tell you right now what the cure in gaming is. You guys want in? Lean in close. Lean in close. I'll tell you the cure. First, you got to get me to at least 50 likes. And I'll tell you the cure while I read some of these messages. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the better Mario Kart at the moment, but to be fair, it's had 12 years of added content on top of the base Wii U game. Hopefully, Mario Kart World will continue to be supported and added. Yeah, I think so. Qatari Real. Good morning. Got my pour over and am ready to go. Glad I made it today. For sure, JD, I always seem to want more and more games. It's pretty bad. I don't know what will fulfill my gaming needs. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you what the cure is. Give me to 50 likes. I'll tell you the cure. It's simple. It's real simple. We're at 32. We're at 32. Well, I'll answer that question at least. You always want more and more games? It's because you're always being advertised to you. For me, getting back to games that I played when I was a kid, like Battlefront 2, I wasn't able to stop playing it on my Switch this past weekend. Beautiful. Beautiful. I've made a video about it. It's been said. I'm going to say it again. We've optimized the living heck out of all of our gaming. What's the best way to play? Rensoft with a... Nothing soft about Rensoft. Let me tell you why. This Sasquatch is hard as a cedar. This Sasquatch is absolutely stacked, ripped from head to toe. Walks in chiseled. Through the fur, you can see that he's chiseled. Rensoft. Nothing soft. It's irony, really. If it's anything, it's irony. Upon arriving, we somehow know and feel familiar with Rensoft. We somehow feel like we're meeting a friend, not for the first time, nay, nor the second, but for the 8th or 9th, we're being reunited with a brother. Rensoft enters the Stump Society with a warm, what's up, bros? And we all cheer because our boy has finally arrived. Welcome to the Stump Sessions. Rensoft, proud to know you, glad to have you. I want to light this candle. We're at 44 likes. Smash the likes. I want the secret from JD. It's not going to be an anticlimactic secret. It's the real secret, dude. Opinion on my best home Tumblr small one that can survive my kids, but my coffee desires. Opinion on best home tumbler. Anything Yeti. Anything Yeti. A little bit of cedar and balsam. We're good to go. That thing you said reminds me of the truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Well, let me tell you, it's mighty close. This lobby became much more fun for me when I accepted that I am just going to play this hobby, 5 games in rotation, regardless of what else I own until the rare new thing comes out. Dude, you get it, man. You get it. Again, huge welcome to RenSoft. Here's the deal. If you guys join the Sasquatch Society and sit down around the stump to grab your cup of coffee, you are going to get an entrance story. I will give you your entrance story. It is off the top of my head. I was asked a couple streams ago, JD, what would it take? What would it take for you to actually be able to do this full time? And I ran the numbers. For me to be able to quit all of my client work and just lock in, as we say, and just lock in, it would take, hold on, I need to go look. I mentioned it all. Are we at 50? Can we name the 5 games that we always come back to and play again? Yeah, do that right now. Let me go back. I have it all right here. This is the simple. It would take getting the streams up to about 1,000 viewers per stream. So telling your friends, getting people over here to say what's up, right? It would 700 Sasquatch Society members. This would bring me up to what it would take to drop all client work and focus 100% on what's happening here, right? And that is what it would take. It would take 4 videos a week hitting 100,000 views. So eyeballs, that's it. Share. Get as many people around here to come be a part of this morning coffee show, right? We hit 54 likes. Here's the deal. Here's the secret. We have developed an unrelenting addiction to the opinions of professionals. We have rapidly, completely relinquished and given up our discerning and intuitive nature because of the easy and somewhat addictive nature of information ingestion. How many people here can go on their Chat GPT and see well over 30 questions asked, right? We have kind of become addicted to research, right? Because information and the access we have to information is so just, it's there. You can ask any question at any time, get as much information about that topic as fast as possible, and it's yours. Right? This is something that has crept into our hobbies. Hobbies used to be about discovery. Hobbies used to be about, self-led adventure, right? Whether it is a creative hobby where you're building a guitar, it's a, something you do tactile, so whether it's a creative hobby where you're writing music or drawing, or an interactive hobby such as gaming. We have allowed for our hobbies to now become optimized and also allow for, and this is the key, other people to tell us how our hobbies should be. And so the cure for gaming, the actual thing that is very, very important to do, is to stop requiring the information that exists about the very thing that you want to enjoy to be a prerequisite to whether or not you're allowed to enjoy it. That's as simple as that. Should I buy Donkey Kong Bonanza? Is it a good game? I don't know. Let's see what Analog Den has to say. Let's see what Beat 'em Ups has to say. Let's see what Wolf Den has to say. Let's see what Spawn Wave has to say. Should I? No. Don't listen to us. Should you enjoy a Donkey Kong game? Yeah, you should. You should. Do you like Donkey Kong? Cool. Go enjoy it. Remember Blockbuster? All of you 30-something-year-olds? All we had was a commercial and a dream. The cure to gaming is to stop watching YouTubers like myself. Well, I'll toot my own horn. I don't do product reviews and gaming reviews, so you're not going to find a lot there. But that's it. I used to work at Blockbuster. Still one of my most favorite jobs ever. Heck yeah. I think this even extends to Steam reviews. Don't run away just because most of the reviews are mixed. Dude, 3 big, huge countercultural things to do in the consumer space. Don't read reviews. Honestly, stop buying sales. And I guess that's watching YouTubers is number 3 is counter reviews. I did not enjoy Pokemon Legends ZA. Felt weird being locked in one city. And that's on you, right? That's totally your thing. You don't enjoy it. I'll tell you what. Plenty of people that are in my Discord are like, this is the greatest experience I'm having. And I'll tell you something else. I didn't enjoy Legends Arceus. I did very much so enjoy Legends ZA. But I'm not going to, there will be some sort of reviews that I release and like have those conversations on stream or in a video. And those reviews aren't going to be like, this is a good game. They're going to be like, these are the aspects of the game that I really enjoyed. This is what you get when you play this game. You're going to get the ability to do this. If I was to review a game like, what's a game that I really enjoyed? Metal Gear Solid 1, right? I'm not going to talk to you about the frame rates, the graphics, the upgrades. I'm not going to talk to you about any of that. I'm going to say, hey, you want a game that is confusing, but somehow you feel like you know what you're doing? You want a game that challenges you with the mechanics of a game from an era that pushed the boundaries of what gaming was? Now we have so many things that came out of it. You want to experience a story that is in-depth and intriguing, all with the campiness of a 1980s action film? This is the way I would approach reviewing. Hey, the gameplay on the Nintendo Switch is great. I enjoy it because it's portable as well as it's something that is docked. Steam Deck can do something similar if you'd like to play it on that. But this game itself was one where I got to experience a time of history. Not just that, but I got to be challenged by gameplay mechanics I'd never experienced before. And it was one where I got completely sucked into the story, so much so that I streamed it for 6 hours one day, which I have not streamed a game for more than 3 hours since Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I think is one of the greatest adventure games that I've played in the past decade. That's how I would review it. Now, did I talk about frame rates? Did I talk about whether you should go and buy it? Did I talk about whether or not it was a good game? No, I told you my experience, how I enjoyed it. And if I didn't enjoy it, because there are plenty of games that I've purchased, played, and didn't enjoy, am I going to say this game sucks? No. I didn't enjoy it. Let me give you an example. I don't like Cyberpunk. I don't like it at all. Not just the fact that you can select the size of your junk, which I think is ridiculous. I just didn't enjoy it. Am I going to sit here and tell you it's a bad game? No. Some people think it's incredible. And that's fine. If frame rates is an issue, you may be in the wrong platform if you're choosing. Yeah, I mean, there are certain elements of frame rates. There's a frame rate conversation that I do think it matters to a certain degree. Some game, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm just not going to play it on the Switch. I own it. I purchased it. I'm just not going to play it on the Switch too. I mean, it's just, if we're talking frame rates, right? And there's reasons. The reason is because the first time I ever played it was on a PlayStation 5. The second time I ever played it was on a PC. So going down to the Switch 2, while I am impressed by what it can do, I just am not going to choose that platform because of the fact that it's not running at the performance level that I was able to enjoy it the first time, right? Same with something like Elden Ring. We'll see how it can perform. If they're able to, at least, I don't need it to look as good, But if they're able to at least get it to 60 frames, like that game, I need action games to be at that 60 for me. But is that the most important thing out there? It isn't the most important thing out there, but I understand what's needed for me. But gaming as a whole, the cure to gaming, the definitive cure to gaming is to stop watching reviews, stop buying sales, and the biggest is to allow yourself to be the person who is in charge of whether or not you're allowed to have fun. We've kind of given up that, I've noticed. We as gamers are now requiring someone else to tell us if we can have fun. I tell you what, I work for myself because I don't really like having a boss. Why would I give myself a boss when it comes to my hobby? Why would I have to wait for some other content creator to be like, you can have fun with this? No. Right? And I understand about being informed as a consumer, but I think that I think we've far past the informed state of being a consumer. Far past that. It's just we're now in this. Am I allowed to enjoy this? Yes. Take back your own autonomy. If it hits 40 on Elden Ring, it'll be a miracle. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I like Cyberpunk. It's very vulgar, so I understand it isn't for everyone. Yeah, and that's its own thing. It's more of an ethical reason why I don't want to have that entering into my brain. That's a conversation for later this week. It's actually be one of my videos. You are what you eat. A conversation based on our Sasquatch sermon that we had in the Discord. I remember on PS2, I wasn't comparing game versions. I just bought the game for the console I had. I didn't know that some games were slightly better on Xbox. Had so much more fun. Does anyone play scary games? One of the absolute favorite games is Sons of the Forest. I do not play scary games. I don't enjoy scary games. Not for me. Entertainment isn't supposed to be overcomplicated. It isn't. It is not supposed to be overcomplicated. That's why I am encouraging people to sell everything and just have one. Love the bracelet. Oh yeah, dude. That's why I am one of the YouTubers out here that isn't trying to please everybody. I'll tell you right now. You want to enjoy gaming again? Get rid of everything except for one. Keep one. You'll enjoy it. I own Cyberpunk and I put time into it. But it's one of those games that if I play it, it has to be the only game I play because of remembering all of the intricacies. Yeah. Can't decide between Steam Deck or Switch 2. I only keep the Xbox to play with friends. This is going to be somewhat controversial. I don't know if I'm willing to do this. I'm going to do it. I think I've matured as a gamer. I think I've matured as a consumer and as a father too. This is coming from a father's perspective. Okay, father's perspective. I'll tell you my own. I chose the Switch too. I sold my Steam Deck, and the reason for this is because of Mario Kart 8 World. Can you imagine? Mario Kart World. I played with you guys. That made me feel good. Super Mario Deluxe U. I played with my daughter. That makes me feel good. Right? Donkey Kong Bonanza. I play with my son on my lap. That makes me feel good. Right? The Steam Deck is a personal device for me. It gave me a very personal experience. An extremely personal experience. And it was great. When I was flying on the plane to go see my buddy in Utah, I played through Crisis Core on the Steam Deck. It was incredible. Plays twice as good and much better on the Steam Deck than it did on the Switch. All right? And there was a phase in my life where I was trying to just serve me by myself, by my lonesome. But as I opened it up to wanting to enjoy gaming with others, like actually playing games with other people, the Switch 2 did that. It let me play games with my kids, with my wife, with my friends. And so I am trying to take the medicine that I'm talking about, and I have gone down to the Switch 2. Now, do I still have a PlayStation 5? I do. I haven't brought myself to sell it yet. Do I still have a PC? I do. Hate to say it, but that coffee is getting cold. I mean, it's in a Yeti mug, so it is cooling down. But I'll tell you right now, it isn't cold. MGS1 is definitely one of my all-time top 3 games. I've probably played that over 100 times. It's in its entirety since 1998. That's incredible. Well, you might be right. Might be. I have every retro controller for the Switch and Switch 2 besides the Genesis controller, because who cares about Genesis? Shots fired. I really get my money's worth out of the expansion pass. Same, man. I like Netflix's score options. Loved it. Like it. Not for me. Just my view, and not creating some crazy conversation because of the number attached. Interesting. I'm enjoying the Switch. Okay, I already read that. Analog Den for saying true to yourself and not bending the knee to please everybody. Oh, yeah. Funny enough, I just used my Steam Deck to have a LAN party with friends playing Age of Empires. I'm super thankful for it, but also have a Switch too and love it for local play with family. Yeah, here's the deal. Everyone's going to be able to find their thing. The universal message is 100% applicable. If you have a Steam Deck and you don't really care so much about Nintendo first-party titles, don't worry about the Nintendo Switch. Just don't. Don't do it to yourself. If you have a Nintendo Switch or Switch 2 and then the Steam Deck seems appealing because of what it can do, don't worry about it. Don't. You have a Nintendo Switch 2. You're fine. In fact, introducing the Steam Deck, as cool as it may be, is going to complicate your gaming much more. I said it. I am going to be the guy in this space, in the handheld space, that's going to tell you right now, if you have a Switch 2, don't get a Steam Deck. And if you have a Steam Deck, don't get a Switch 2. Be satisfied with your gaming and stick to it. If you want to Switch 2 because of Donkey Kong Bonanza and all that kind of stuff, and you really want to play those 5 games that are available on the Switch 2, I say switch platforms. I don't say add it. I know, crazy. I understand that's lunacy. Switch platforms. Pretend you're that poor kid, me, growing up. And don't overcompensate by buying every single console and purchasing every subscription service for the entirety of 2022 and 2023, spanning over $2,000 or $3,000 just for YouTube to think this is the way I want to play, to do none of it, and to accrue debt. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not worth it. You're not going to play any games. You're just going to look through different eShops, different online stores. You want me to give you a little sneak peek of the next video I'm doing? Here it is. Don't go to eShops. I've been 20 days sober from an eShop. Well, maybe it's less than that. The last eShop purchase I made was... what was it? Pokopia. Whenever Pokopia came out. When did Pokopia come out? When you turn, I got an ad? That's crazy. Pokopia release. So that broke my sobriety of... let's take a look. March 5th. Okay. I've been 18 days sober from eShops and online stores. Steam sale? Didn't even look. Who cares? I don't log into eShops. I don't go to sales. I don't do it because it's not important. I have 9 games I want to play. All of them I own. Let's play them. Great point to avoid the eShops. But I used Steam to build my nostalgia library. I bought Fallout New Vegas to play since it was 99 cents. Will you play Fallout New Vegas? And do you think that Fallout New Vegas for 99 cents was more valuable than it for $10 full retail? Dwindling down the number of consoles you have is so important. I say have 2 at max. At max, have 2. You played a big part in me getting a Switch 2. It's now become my go-to when it comes to gaming. My Steam Deck has been collecting dust. My wife and I have been having blasts with Mario Kart World. There it is. I'm all in on low friction game. There it is. I got sleep powder. Good, man. I've tricked my brain into thinking I've limited myself to PS5 and deck. The Switch 2 is my wife's console after all. That's fair. For me right now, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I am playing on a Switch 2, and I'm having a hard time getting rid of the PlayStation 5 Pro or getting off of the PC. It is something that I'm having, but I don't use either. PlayStation 5 Pro I use for one game. One game. That game is Fortnite. Guy doing well, good? Well, man, looking good. Thanks, dude. I'm on that fitness journey, man. On that fitness journey. Also, it's important to pray every day. Not good at it, but I'm trying. Any regret from selling your Steam Deck every single day? I wouldn't say regret. Every single day I think about should I or should I not have sold the Steam Deck, and it confirms the fact that I should indeed have sold it. And the best thing for me is that I not only sold it, but I can't buy it again. I'd keep it as a Fortnite machine. I don't think $800 sitting on my desk for one singular game is a good thing. Keeping the PlayStation 5 Pro for Fortnite is kind of crazy to me. You sold your deck? I did. I sold the deck. I can't buy one again. And if I could, I might have. This is teaching me discipline. This is teaching me that my gaming actually is more enjoyable on the Switch 2. I have zero regrets for selling mine. Now that I have an 8BitDo Pro 3, I just play Fortnite on my Switch 2 now. Nice. Can't you play Fortnite on the Switch 2? You can. You can. I'm going to be honest with you. I am somewhat of a competitive player. I've introduced ranked play to my gaming. And I can't do that on the Switch 2 as easily. Why did you sell the Steam Deck? I sold the Steam Deck because the only two games I played on my Steam Deck over the course of the last 3 or 4 months of 2025 was Balatro and what was the other one? Dave the Diver. And I'm like, why? And then I did this challenge in January where I didn't touch the Steam Deck for 30 days, and it became all of February. And then it became most of the beginning of March. And I'm like, I haven't touched the Steam Deck. I loaded it back up because I was like, should I sell it? I'm like, no, I'm going to get it. I tried playing it. I just played Balatro again. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Market's high. I see your new Sasquatch Society. You will get your entrance story. I want to finish this thought. The sell point was high. I was able to recoup 100% of the cost. I sold the Steam Deck. I had the 1 terabyte. I sold it for $700 with all of the free stuff I got from companies. Just gave it, put it all together for the person. So they made out like a bandit. And it, I sold it off. I wasn't using it. But what I was doing was continuously going to Steam sales and being like, well, should I do back and forth, worship Steam or this, Nintendo Steam. And I said, you know what? Time to take the medicine. Forget optimization. Forget the internet. Forget all of the nonsense, the craziness. Oh, Nintendo this, Nintendo that. Oh, Steam is better. They like you more. No. I want to enjoy my games. And now when I grab my Switch too, I'm filled with joy. Sup, Andy Ackerman with the $1.99 coming in and dropping that hot. Here's Miss M Pelosi. Okay. Don't know where, we don't know, but Pelosi. All right. Welcome in, M. Check it out. M, cruising in. Oh, hey. What is that? Making bacon pancakes is the one that brings delicious food, but you're cruising in early morning with delicious sausages? I didn't know I needed it, but now I can't live without it. M. Pelosi comes in with fresh, snapping breakfast sausages to munch on. We're now being filled with beautiful food. We have making bacon pancakes, dropping pancakes. We have M. Pelosi bringing in the sausages, delicious breakfast sausages. The ones that you get from like the grocery store that are usually cheap. No, these are the real thing. And upon sitting, the first words uttered from M aren't hello. No, because we don't need a hello. The hello is simply the presence alone. It was, breakfast has arrived, boys. Can't deny it. Am always cruise in and bring them delicious treats. Love it. Love it. All beef sausage, thyme and pepper with a side of mustard. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Appreciate the intro. Thanks, Plus. I was thinking of a Steam Deck, but then realized I never actually used it. I rarely use my Switch 2 just because I don't have much free time. I have gaming PC, so 9 out of 10 times I'll be playing on that. There you go. I think that's low as a card collector. And a seller, I have decks that cost $8K. So having one expensive, one trick thing is okay, just not too many. That's when I start selling. See, for me, it's the opposite. I think the Switch 1, and I find myself gravitating back to the Steam Deck because it just has more content for me. Well, that's the thing, is like games should be leading your decision-making process. You shouldn't be making your decisions based on other people's opinions or other people's things. The decision that I'm trying to encourage isn't which platform to be on. I chose Switch 2, and I will kind of remain in Nintendo's hands because I love their franchises, or their IPs rather. But the message that I will push is one. Pick one and stop listening to everyone else, right? Some of the best advice I ever got when I was becoming a new parent was from a buddy of mine, Joel. I'll never forget it. He comes up to me. And he goes, "Hey, you having a kid, dude? This is a great time. Let me give you two pieces of unsolicited advice. Here we go. Number one, if you're going to do formula, there's this thing called the Baby Brezza. It's like a Keurig for formula. Press a button, get the thing. It's great. Middle of the night when you got to feed the kid, you don't want to have to do all the shaking stuff. It's right there. It's the best thing out there. You got to get the Baby Brezza if you're going to do formula. If you're not doing formula, you don't need it, and we didn't do formula. My wife, fed the baby the way that we did. We didn't do formula. And the second piece of advice is the piece of advice that I give you. Right? It goes like this. Also, don't listen to what any of these guys say. All their advice, don't listen to it. Anyone who gives you advice, don't listen to it. You know what to do. You were born for it. And I was like, what? I'm like, well, what about this? What about that? He goes, before the internet, people just figured shit out. You'll figure it out. You will. And it blew my mind as a dad. And I know this is foul language, but I was just quoting him. It blew my mind completely. And so I give the same advice here. Before the internet, you figured it out. I don't think we're using the internet right. You don't need some bearded dude on the internet to tell you, hey, play this game, it's good. You don't need it. And you certainly don't need to have access to every single library. The biggest obstacle between you and fun with your gaming is you trying to play the game the way someone else told you to play it. Don't. Discover your way. Play Pokemon and get your favorite ones based on the sprites, not on the meta. Decide on the moveset based on what you think sounds cool. Do it. Your favorite Pokemon can be one that isn't strong because you just like the way it looks. My favorite Pokemon of all time is Scyther and Mr. Mime. Now, Mr. Mime ends up being a really good Pokemon. And Scyther's great too. That's my favorite Pokemon, is Scyther. Right? Not the best Pokemon out there. Choose to enjoy things for you. And you genuinely will start enjoying them more. One of my favorite games to play right now is Mario Kart World. By myself, dude. Is that the most fun? No. For you, maybe. I can spend 3 hours free roaming and just listening to music and cruising around. It's great. I built a faith building Dark Souls because of the feel. There you go, dude. Blastoise for me, Shell Cannon for the win, for sure. Mine is Marshadow. Good morning, everyone. AD, how are you? Doing good, Clip. Welcome in, baby. Welcome in. We got our boy Clip here. How's it going, man? Remember when this man was a Series S creator and flip-flopped a couple times because of what other people said? He knows what he's saying. He lived it. Andy Ackerman, I can't believe you brought that up. Son of a gun. Love you, baby. Here's the deal, dude. It's so true. Depending on what the internet said, I have moved around. I flip-flopped quicker than someone who doesn't know how to make a hamburger on a flat-top stove. All right? I've flip-flopped all over the place. I've flip-flopped more than an amateur steak cooker. I call them a cooker because they're cooking. If you flip a steak more than once, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You flip a steak once. You want that crisscross pattern? Fine. That's fine. But if you flip a steak more than once, you do not know what you're doing. You flip it once. And then you bring it off the grill and you let it sit for as long as you cooked it. All the juice goes back into it. That's how it goes. You shouldn't be eating your steak hot anyway. It should be room temp. Beer's looking gnarly. Glad I could be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming in, man. Dude, have you tried Skull Crusher coffee yet? Is GOAT? Not yet. Smash burgers are an excuse for not properly cooking a hamburger. I'm not gonna harsh on smash burgers because I don't mind them because I like how you press it onto the onions. But I'll tell you what, man. I cook a mean burger. Asmongold can show you how to ruin a steak and love it at the same time. Dude, hey, you know what? I've tried the Zach steak, man. It's fine. I don't use a does he use a Teflon? I don't use Teflon. I'm 100% cast iron only. Smash burgers are mega good. I don't mind smash burgers. But, if you ain't making Juicy Lucy's at least once a year, you don't know what you're doing, dude. We all got to learn. Anyway, I would flip-flop all over the place based on what other content creators used to say. Here's the deal, boys. I'm all in. I'm all in on the idea that more is indeed not better. And so reintroducing limitations helps me appreciate what I have. Growing up, all I had was a Game Boy or a Super Nintendo. I never played one Genesis game. I haven't actually I didn't play my first Sonic game till it was like 2 years ago, 35. I'm fine. I didn't even know the lore of Sonic. Some people are like, Sonic is the greatest platformer out there. I didn't know it. I didn't. Right? Like, I didn't know any of that. And I made it. I made it just fine. I didn't actually play Metal Gear Solid the first time until 2 months ago. My first ever introduction to Metal Gear Solid, because my first PlayStation wasn't a PS1, it was a PS2. And the games I played on there were like Ratchet and Clank. And I haven't played a real beat-em-ups game until Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. I'm fine. Because I didn't have an Xbox. My first Xbox was the Xbox One S. When I got married, I had it for 6 months, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I'm going back to PlayStation. Do you hear what I said there? I didn't say this is ridiculous, I'm going to use my PlayStation. I said this is ridiculous, I'm going back to PlayStation. Because even up until that was 2016, 2017, I was still of the mindset that you don't need more than one. You just use one. Not until I started being on YouTube that I go, I'm going to get them all. I'll tell you what. You don't need it. I was a Sega boy in the 80s. Heck yeah. Grinding in yellow has some of my most fun because of how putting in time into Pokemon instead of just instantly having a full team. Yeah, dude, I only had Nintendo growing up. Sega was mad expensive, so I had to go to my cousin's house to play Sonic for sure. I see ya, Hyrulean. I see ya, baby. Also, limitations can slow you down to appreciate the journey. Yeah, you don't wolf down steaks. You just savor it. That's right, baby. Yeah. You still got the gaming PC? I still have it. I haven't used it. And there are lots of times where I'm like, should I just do the financially responsible thing? I still have it. I have not added to my Steam library, though, because I am not gaming on it. So that's the honest truth there. I'm just gaming on the ooh, this is crooked. I'm just gaming on the Switch 2, and then I do play I am someone who really likes Fortnite. And so I do play Fortnite on the PlayStation 5 Pro, which is kind of silly that's the only thing I do on the PlayStation 5 Pro. But I don't play any other. Jack White from the White Stripes made all their music with only 3 instruments, including his voice. He said it was because the limitations forced him to be more creative. Now I'm in Japan. I chose one retro console to collect for. I chose the Sega Saturn. It's my only other console, just Switch 2 and Saturn. Heck yeah, dude. I've become a firm believer in less is more. The less you have, the more you appreciate what you do have. Switch was the handheld on the block for most part of my years. Yeah. Curious, JD, what Switch 2 games are you enjoying the most right now? I've gone back to Mario Kart. I'm really enjoying that. But on the Switch 2, I am playing primarily Fire Red, and I've started my Metal Gear Solid 2 journey. So, Metal Gear Solid 2. After discovering your channel, I took a leaf out of your book and spent a month gaming on nothing but my Amiga 500. I'm telling you now, it's made me appreciate those. Why is that? Oh, there we go. It was all crooked. Those developers so much more. Nice. Do you use the PC for streams? No, I'm using the Mac. If so, at least a tool versus platform because it's not being used for gaming itself. No, I'm using a Mac right now. JD Helldivers 2 is amazing on PS5. I had it on PC. I played a little bit. This is just not my style of game. I use my Steam Deck exclusively for playing games with my PC friends. Good morning, everyone. What's up? Making bacon pancakes. You bring the pancakes? That was my revelation with Pokemon Red version. That game forced you to take your time. It also shows the awesome figure it out mentality from the 90s. It was challenging and refreshing personally. Yeah, dude. It genuinely is. I want to like Fortnite, but I am simply bad. Well, that's fine. Fortnite on Switch 2 is pretty cool, though. Only console I have, the mouse anywhere with me. The classics. MGS2 on Switch, had no clue. How we doing, gamers? And Hybrid Myth. Using your Mac, definitely don't need the PC then. If you wait, the PC might appreciate a bit more, though. So we won't see a Steam box in your setup. The Steam machine? No. I will not be purchasing the Steam machine. It's not necessary. Because I don't play video games on anything other than my TV in my office. We don't have a living room TV. I think back when developers had to consider how many floppy disks a game was going to end on. They learned to code so much better than they do now. Modern devs rely on internet pushed updates. JD, if you want to sell your PC, then want to keep playing PC games, you should give a try to GeForce Now. I'm not a fan of GeForce Now. I'm not a fan of any service that takes the decision making away from you, right? And GeForce Now does that because they go, hey, look at all the things you can do. They kind of like, I don't know. I feel like that you don't get you're not in charge anymore. I'm a huge fan of being intentionally in charge of all of your decision making. And so it's just not for me. Shout out to the floppy disks. Heck yeah. The Lemmings game with like 17 floppy disks. Got to go make coffee. Doesn't feel right watching this stream without one. It's not much different today with SSDs than it was with floppies. A game developer, you always try to push the hardware to the limits. There's a Trinitron available on Marketplace, but I don't have the space until we move this fall. So sad. Yeah, dude. The Trinitron's great. GeForce Now is pretty sweet. The only thing I don't like about it is I don't like how it limits your time. Yeah. I'm not into it. One of these days, companies will force us to rent a workstation PC in the cloud. GeForce also limits your play. Yeah, I don't need it. That's the thing is I don't need GeForce Now. I got plenty of games to play. Plenty. I don't need GeForce Now. That's when it comes down to. The Switch 2 covers all the bases. JD, I'm 25% sick, sore throat. Do I take a sick day from work? I don't know how to answer that. I don't know what you do for work. Do you talk? I mean, take a sick day if you want to. I'm not gonna tell you. Can you financially afford it? If so, yes. IT paid day off. I'm not gonna tell you whether you should or you shouldn't. That's a you decision. My kid just fell into the door. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. All right, everything's good. My son just opened my door and like fell into my office, and I don't want my kids to be shown. And so everything's fine. Everything's fine. He just, and then I went and I used the time to enjoy a yogurt for a little breakfast. So, you know. Everything's fine. But when he barged in, I was like, oh gosh. He like fell while he was opening my door. Does anyone know how to get turn priority in Abra to sleep in Fire Red? You just have to have a fast enough Pokemon. I actually used a I think I had Bulbasaur. He had sleep powder. If PS6 also has a Switch 2 style portable handheld, do you think that's something you're gonna buy? No. I'm enjoying 7 Remake 1, and it leads me to a good topic for a video. Basically, even the best games are not good if you're not in the mood for them. When I tried 7 Remake 1 last time, I was not in the mood. I got my little dessert, a little bit of single origin chocolate. With a lot of bit of coffee, baby. Speed up. That's true. Can we wirelessly trade now? I don't think so. Really excited that I'm playing MGS2. Yeah, man. I'm enjoying MGS2. I'm gonna be honest with you. Guys, we're at 117 folks in here. That's crazy. My goal is 200 though. Can we hit 200? Man. There's nothing like single origin chocolate with a good cup of coffee in the morning, man. Something so delicious. It just hits, man. Jibs. Love to see you. Love to see you. Also, huge welcome in for the Sasquatch community, man. I love it. Yes. Someone asked, where did the Sasquatch come from? This branding that I got right here, this was from a gentleman by the name of Cold Water Designs. I told him Pacific Northwest, coffee, Sasquatch. And this is what he came up with. This right here. And I said, brother, you have made it happen. You have made it happen. And when I saw that, I was like, this is the most beautiful thing ever. And I was just going to keep it analog den. But in this, he had this little stump with a coffee cup on it. And I'm like, that's the stump. And in my mind, it's like the stump sessions. We're just chilling. And I'm like, dude, I adore this branding. And so I thought to myself, well, what if we lean in? What if we are the Sasquatches? What if that's what we become? And so I played with it, stream number 1 here over on YouTube. I was like, let's call each other Sasquatches. The Sasquatch Society, be a part of that if you're a member. Members only, obviously. You can't sit around the stump unless you're part of that part of the Sasquatch Society. We hide in the shadows, not because we're devious, nefarious, or bad. No, because we want that feeling. Remember that feeling when you went over to your buddy's house who had the tree house and you guys were up in the tree house? You weren't hiding because you didn't want people to find you. You were in the special place. And it was so great. That fort you made in the woods with your friends, you weren't hiding. It was just special. And mom and dad couldn't come in. It would ruin it. That's what the stump is. We gather around the stump to enjoy a cup of coffee. We hide in the shadows, not because we're hiding. Sorry. We lurk in the shadows, not because we're hiding. We're not hiding. It's just something special. That's the Sasquatch Society. That's what happens when you become a Squatch. All right? You burst into fur. You're completely covered from head to tippy toe. And unless you're Ace of Spades, ankles down, exposed feet. How do you trim your beard? With a razor, a beard trimmer. Lurk in the shadows because peace is precious. Double Decker 31. Not a Sasquatch yet, but completely and utterly. No, he's a Sasquatch. He's not around the stump. A Sasquatch, dude, that's it. We lurk in the shadows because peace is precious. That's what happens when coffee spills on you. Like a gremlin, but as a sass. That's right, dude. I love it. Congratulations on catching the Abra. Love the TL2. That's kind of become your color with Mariners in the pocket. Yep. That is it. That's the color. How do you feel about 10 Bigfoot sightings in Ohio in under a month? I just wanted to see if it was a place to live, if I'm being honest. It's kind of bummed that. Oh, well, here's the deal. They didn't even get my good side. Missed the last couple of streams. How's YouTube treating you versus Twitch? Much better. Hope everyone has a great day. Thank you, Jibs. Gotta run appointments. Good luck with the rest of the stream, JD. Squad unite. Thanks, Jibs. I mean, they didn't even catch my good side. I'm more of a majestic manatee. How does the analog pocket fit into your just using the Switch 2 idea? It is my preferred way to play Game Boy games. So if I'm on my Switch 2 and I want to play a Game Boy game, such as the, Link's Awakening, or, well, I can play the Switch 2 version, but you know what I mean? I prefer to just play it on something, this form factor. I enjoy the immersion more. It's very immersive. And so that's how it fits in. Right? The Switch 2 it grants me access with Nintendo Switch Online to a lot of Game Boy games. I prefer playing them in this form factor. Are you planning on gaming today? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna game with you guys, actually. Mario Kart World with you guys. I don't know. I was playing with back and forth. Do we go Metal Gear Solid 2? Or do we go Mario Kart World? Or do we do I wanted to play Star Wars Battlefront Collector's Edition, but when I went to set it all up and get into the game, all the music is Star Wars music. And so the problem with that is it's all very copyright protected. How often do you utilize all the handhelds that you own? Can you justify having all those devices want to streamline? All I have is this. I don't own any other handhelds except for my Switch 2. All right? This is all I use. I have the Chromatic, and it's a really cool concept. This has replaced it. The Chromatic was sent to me by Mod Retro when they were launching it. No, I still have them. I think it's a beautiful piece of technology. I love what they're doing. I love the idea behind the Chromatic. Part of the purpose of the Chromatic, and this was something that was talked about on a podcast, was he talks about, he says, the purpose is because when you turn it on, the game starts. There's nothing in between you and that experience. And I like that. Right? I like that a lot. There's nothing in between you and the experience. And that's something for me that I resonated with. But I'll be honest, as a father, as someone who's very busy, I find myself, it's challenging to play games that are like older Game Boy games without save states. And I don't save state hop, right? I don't use a save state to soft reset hard parts of the game. If I get an interruption like a kid barging into my office, something happens, I need to be able to stop that session, because gaming is never number one for me anymore. Gaming for me is like number 4. Number 1 is always gonna have to be being a dad. That's because my daughter, if she just now, I mean, my wife is obviously getting the kids ready for school and stuff, but if my daughter, she hurt her pinky coming out of the room, I can't just be hold on, let me find a save point. That's so irresponsible. And so the Chromatic is beautiful, and I may take it to play, Pokemon Yellow or something would be fun just on a Chromatic. But the one thing I need is that save state so that I can be that dad first, right? Father first. And then number 2 is, I have responsibilities. And so unfortunately, it does remove that. Do I spot a Lego Game Boy? Yes. That is the Lego Game Boy that I purchased for my father for his birthday, and additionally purchased one for myself because my dad and I shared our first Game Boy, and it was great. GBA Pearl Mint. And then I have, oh yeah, you know what? I just completely forgot. I have a DS and a 3DS. I just don't touch them. Just grabbed a used Switch 2 online. The new handheld boost update is what did it for me. Yeah. My first child. Really like your content. Oh, dude. Nathan Jackson. Welcome. So I guess I do have more consoles I didn't think about. Yeah, so the DS and 3DS, the way that I approach those is when I want to play a single game. Like if I want to play, I have every single Pokemon on the DS and 3DS. If I want to play Pokemon X, I can just play Pokemon X. I feel like the old handhelds are a different beast though, because you're not really buying games for them. Yeah, so like I guess that's a better way to put it. I'd say there's a difference between modern gaming and retro gaming, right? You still have your Steam Deck. Isn't that a handheld? No, I do not. I have sold my Steam Deck. I sold it 2 weeks ago. It's gone. The only handheld I game on a regular basis is my Nintendo Switch 2. I don't use my Analog Pocket as much anymore. I genuinely, just Nintendo Switch 2. And then when I boot on the PlayStation 5 Pro, it's Fortnite. That's it. Conversation around the Steam Deck. Do I regret selling it? There are moments in each day where I'm like, man, should I have done that? And then I go and look. Or I'm like, should I buy it again? Should I try? No. Genuinely, like at the end of my day, I just grab my Switch 2. And I'll tell you what, I switched out the Joy-Cons. I love it. I think my kids are leaving. So let me give them a hug and a kiss. I'll be right back. Go tell your friends. Let's double the amount of people that are in here. Go tell your friends right now. Get everyone in here. Dude, nothing beats hugs and kisses and I love yous from the kids. Honestly, nothing beats it. Shared your stream on X. Thanks, Clip. Ordered the Satisfy grip. Should arrive this week. Very excited. It's a good grip. I think it is the ugliest thing since sliced bread. Hey, yo. Clip. Hold on. Can I do this? Am I able to... Clip needs to... How do I make Clip... How do I gift Clip a thing? Can I not gift Clip? Clip is not... I just don't like seeing his name gray. Can I... It doesn't let me gift memberships. Show support. I can only do super stickers. I can't gift... I don't know how to gift people things. Do you have a type advantage at all, like Pikachu? What grip do you recommend for Switch 2? There are 2 grips that I would recommend. If you want a dockable one, the Genki Force Field 2, I think that's what it's called, is incredible. Fernando gifting. Ryan, received a gift. Ryan, you got a gift. I don't think we can individually gift people things. That's crazy. I want a gift. Oh, can I start a goal? Oh, that's just super chats. We're not going to do that. As far as I know, YouTube doesn't allow you to gift. Okay. I tried. Dude, Fernando, you didn't have to do that. You can gift specific people memberships on YouTube, unfortunately. Okay, well. Clip, just know that I want to gift you a membership, but I can't. So, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, definitely a downside of YouTube. I think that, yeah, well, no personal gifters on YouTube, unfortunately. That's fine. Can we just all agree though that YouTube feels so much cleaner than Twitch? I don't know. I feel so much. This sounds so silly to say, but I genuinely feel so much more sophisticated doing streams on YouTube than I did on Twitch ever. It just feels better. I appreciate you nonetheless, JD. Thanks, Clip. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, we're over here on YouTube doing it this way. This is the way it's gonna go. It's just better from start to finish. It's better. I had a bad dream last night that you switched back to. It's not happening, dude. I would rather it. Genuinely, I was worried this would tank my channel's viewership, and it may. But I'd rather do that and have this. Dude, look at this. This is the way that we should spend our mornings, man. You don't have to worry about accidentally clicking on some weird. Dude, I'm just glad that I'm out of there. I was trying to get up on Sabbath for it. It's simpler and doesn't have all the excess bells and whistles. Well, a lot of people are like, oh, I like that, but I never did. YouTube is streaming for adults. That's what it is. Thank you for doing this. It really helps me code and focus. Oh, heck yeah, man. I think most 30 plus people, which I believe is the majority here, don't like the flashy colored UIs in most websites nowadays. And I think that the culture I was trying to lean into on Twitch was one that I'm not a part of at all. I don't like meme culture. I'm not a memester myself. Memes don't matter to me. I'm here for conversation, and then we're gonna play through some games together. And I like to state this at least once. This is what we're doing today. Is my dream. This is my dream. I'm not able to do this full time because it takes time to set it up. But this is what I want to do. I like these shows, and if I could, if we get to the point, right? If I speak my dream, I would love to start the morning, Monday through Friday, little 3-hour streams. 3 to 4 hour streams, these morning coffee shows. That's the dream. And cut stuff up from there. This is it though. What you're feeling today is the dream that I want. All right? Every time I join your stream, I have clicked on something weird. I have clicked on something weird. Is it because my stream is weird? That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I'm also coding and tuning in. Nice, dude. I used to be a daily Twitch user, but they leaked my personal banking info in a hack a couple years back. Sasquatch doesn't ring like Deck Daddy. Deck Daddy is still a full-fledged thing, dude. Sasquatch, being a Sasquatch has nothing to do with gaming. It's bigger. The Sasquatch Society is bigger than gaming. It's an idea. The Analog Den isn't gaming, right? My channel, we talk about gaming, but that isn't the core identity, right? The core identity is intentional interaction with the world around you, right? Gaming just happens to be a focus, but Analog is intentional interaction with the world around you. Sasquatch coders, raise your hands. I don't know why, but YouTube just feels right for your streams. It does. I think so. I think we're just a little more conversational, a little less flashy. It's the way it is. There's 115 folks in here. Dude, this makes me feel like I'm doing something right. 77 likes. Let's do a hundo. Let's just like snap and we hit a hundo. Coding from Whidbey Island. Whidbey's beautiful. Love the ferry ride over. Feels good. Gaming adjacent philosophy. Yeah. What are your PC specs? 4080 Super. Ryzen 9 9700X. Yeah, that sounds about right. 32 gigs DDR5. That's worth like $9,000 to be honest with you. 2 terabyte SSD. I think that covers it. Ryan with another 100. I'd love to be able to stream a bit just to chill. Nothing really competitive. Hoping in a year or two I can get on it. Right now, crunching 12-hour work days and 99% of the free time to the fam. Not complaining, just is what it is. Bro, this guy's... Good heavens. You need to calm down, brother. You need to calm down. You know you can just type a chat, bro. You don't have to throw super chats around. You can just talk. I'm reading everyone's chats, dude. Golly. Golly. That is huge. Thanks, man. You are making stuff. We're doing everything we can to get you full focus on this. I like support and channel. I appreciate it, man. Have you tried Dead Zone Rogue on Switch 2 yet? I haven't. Guys, I favorite East Coast state, go. Oh gosh. Maine. 12 hours, that's it. Andy, of course. Andy's our biggest troll. He's been around forever. Andy's the kind of guy who no matter how hard I try to shake him, he won't shake, dude. 5K PC, I foresee it not sitting there. 5K PC, I foresee it not sitting there. 5K PC, I foresee. The more I do, so streaming wise, I'm streaming off my Mac. I do believe that because if I want to do streaming, if streaming does become the main focus here, it might. I don't want to have a great day, everyone. Later, Eldritch. Thanks for cruising by. I do feel like the PC is probably a tool that would be very well used for that. If I wanted to increase some of the cool things that happen collaboratively with other people. So, we'll see how that all pans out. I'm not in a rush to ditch that. I do sometime by the end of this month, though, I do need to make a decision whether it's going to be PC or PlayStation 5. Cleveland is the Miami of the North. Wait, Ohio, brother. Wait. Clockwork J. Oh, yo. What's up, Clockwork? It's been a while, man. I lived in Issaquah for years, and Yarmouth, man, as well. Dude, my parents lived in Issaquah for like 5 years. Issaquah is beautiful. I loved Issaquah. If I moved, I want to move back to Washington so bad. That's where I'm from. I'm from Bellevue, originally. If I moved back to Washington, though, I'd go where my parents used to live. They used to live in Maple Valley. Maple Valley is great. I'd also like that place was awesome. I loved that. It was just beautiful out there, man. I'm built for the Northwest. I'm Sasquatch at heart, baby. I'm built for the Northwest. I mean, clearly, I do not look like a California guy. A huge fan of Northwest. I work a rolling 70-hour week. That's crazy, dude. That's probably wise. If you use the PC for streaming, playing Fortnite on it would be wise, even if it's not as pop in and play like a console. Would still simplify your consoles. Could you do a live stream playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 on Switch 2, please? It's a great game. Yeah. Oregon? I don't know what that means. I've been here lurking and working. Well, love to see you, Clockwork. You've been a part of the channel for a long time, so love to see you. I can't live in Washington because of the political landscape. That's the same. That's why we don't go back. I care too much about my family. So it's not something that we can. Unfortunately, I wouldn't subject him to that. I already live in California, and we have to deal with some of that stuff here too. Grown in Oregon. All right, yeah. If we move out of this state, it would be to somewhere like Texas or Idaho. I visit Eisenberg a decent amount. See family. Yeah. I'd love to move back to Washington, but just unfortunately, it's just not the same that it used to be. So, that's times change. That's okay. Good place to farm outside of Cerulean City. I don't know. Great question. I don't remember any of that stuff. 12-hour days, 6 days a week. Yeah, guys, here's the deal. I'm not a fan. You guys all can have Idaho's legit. Idaho's great, dude. You guys can all. I don't think competing over who works the most is a good thing. So I hope you guys aren't doing that. I'm moved from San Diego to Florida 7 months ago. Yeah. No, the Florida's a hard pass. Why did you sell the deck again? I didn't catch that. I think that's simplifying where the Steam Deck and the Switch, I don't care who says what. I'm thinking of moving to Texas next year. Yeah, well, if you move, okay, fine. I'll move too. Just to be with you, Clip. I think if you take the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck, people are like, oh, you can't compare them. You just be quiet. You can't indeed compare them. They're the same. They're trying to do the same thing. And so for me, what ended up happening is I go, do I want to purchase games on Steam or Switch? Steam or Switch? Steam or Switch? And the only reason why I would do one or the other is performance. And I'm like, I hate this conversation. The performance conversation is what's ruining gaming for so many people. So I said, you know what? Something has to go, and it's certainly not going to be the Switch. Miss a lot about my time in Washington, Idaho. Yeah, Idaho would be it. I'm a Rocky Mountain boy, but visiting PNW a lot has made it feel like a second home. PNW is the best, dude. It's the best, man. Idaho is the closest I can get to the PNW, with it also being a place where it respects you as a human. And I like that. You know? Where I live, I want to feel like every decision I make is one that I'm allowed to make. Right? That's something that I really, that's important to me. As a Latino, I would love to live in Florida. A lot of people like Florida. It's not for me. I'm not at all a fan of the climate in Florida. I'm not a tropical guy. I don't like tropical stuff. People are like, we have family that live in Hawaii. Like, oh man, you should go visit. I'm good. I want crisp air. Right? I want to smell cedar and pine. That's what I want, dude. I want to see moss on the trees. East Tennessee is awesome, but quickly becoming overcrowded. I think a lot of places that are that would be historically free. Georgia's great. Yeah. I've lived in Florida my entire life, and I'm not even a fan. I have friends from Florida. It's just not the weathers. I just don't like the weather. I don't like California weather. I want to live in the mountains, dude. That's my dream. The mountains. We have good mountains out here. I will say that. Not enough crisp air this winter. It didn't get cold enough. Winter felt like it was only a week long where I'm at. Florida isn't bad at all. Just got to be in a big city. I'm in Tampa, right next to the beach, but yeah, it's as hot as balls. Yeah, I just not into that. North Florida would be great then. Way cooler than Southern Florida, temp-wise. Yeah. Come to Vermont, man. We got mountains aplenty. Dude, Vermont. Reminds me of that beautiful movie, White Christmas. Snow, snow, snow. Dude, I love that movie. Land in the mountains is so cheap, too. Not out here, dude. Out here, it's very expensive. Hot cup of coffee and rain on the window and my kind of vibe. That's what the PNW is all about, baby. Come to Brazil. No, thank you. The opposite of what I'd like. I go to like the Swiss Alps. This is kind of my jam. Love it here. We got the lake, the mountains, skiing, biking, everything. Vermont's gorgeous, man. Great coffee roasters too. Vermont is great. I don't think we could ever go to the East Coast. Get too much family on the West Coast. I miss the rain so much. Yeah, man. It's beautiful. I didn't have a winter this year. It has been over 100 for almost a week now. Wait, Clip, where you at again? Nice. Forests and a decent cost of living in West Virginia. Come to England. Nah, dude. That's true. I have family that live in England. Skiing isn't as good as skiing in Colorado, etc. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I snowboard anyway. Here in northern Italy, we have nice mountains too. You do. We have great mountains out in northern Italy. Man, you guys from all over the place. You're a chatty bunch too, which I enjoy. I like this back and forth. I don't know about you, but this feels good. Now, I also am very worried about my internal storage right now because I'm recording all this in 4K. So where are we at? Oh, nothing. We're good. It's compressing it just fine. Arizona is scorching. That's where my sister is right now. She's in where's the bad part of Arizona? She lives in the bad part. Come to Canada. I've been to Canada. It's great. I'm not looking to leave. I think we got an okay thing going here. Australia would welcome you. I think we got a good thing going here. I just am looking for a little bit less intrusive behavior from my local government. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, don't come to Canada right now. I live in Atlanta, Tennessee, Vermont, LA, Seattle, Whidbey Island. Pure PNW is by far my favorite. Literally 5 traffic lights for 90% of the island. Rural lifestyle, the Seattle at arm's length. That's true, man. Texas is heating up too, yeah. Qatar, we're about to hit the summer weather a few weeks. 100 plus, dude. That's so wild. That's so wild, man. Also, thank Ryan, the eating warrior. Dude, thank you so much for the donations today, man. That really, that means a lot. Again, my dream is to do this full time. I'm doing my darndest to do it, man. Competing up against people that have been doing this for much longer than me and have much better production than I do, but we're doing our best here. Squatches don't do good in humidity. No, we're not made for it, man. Dude, I'm a Sasquatch. Like, I am a Sasquatch. Where I'm built for the PNW. Rain, snow, sleet. I mean, I don't mind some heat, but man, I don't. We're going on a 15-day heater right now, dude. No problem, man. Loving the stream. Helps keep me distracted from the chaos out here right now. What's chaos out there? Talk to us about it. Missed the Dolomites? Not sure I understand. Cheers to you. 11 more and we hit 100 likes, guys. So where would you like to see the gaming segment of this go? Would you like to see it be a multiplayer only? Where Iran chaos? Colorado in the house. Well, I have very, very strong opinions about politics. We are not going to enter that stratosphere here today. So we'll take it. We'll take it simple, okay? Sal to sono. Okay. Speaking Italian, trying to be sexier than he needs to be. Mount Baker, Mount Rainier, and the Cascades. Dude, Mount Rainier, baby. That's my girl. That's my girl, dude. Woo. I love me Mount Rainier. She's a beaut. We on a cold wave in Georgia. Stay safe, Ryan. Yeah, stay safe, baby. Gaming. Let's talk about it for a hot second. So we take this gaming segment, right? We have these chit chats, have a good time for a few hours, but like, do you guys want to go down the Mario Kart world, like multiplayer route? Maybe do some lobbies. We can do some sort of game where we can bring in viewers to be a part of the crew, right? Or would you like to chill through a single player experience, Metal Gear Solid 2, maybe Star Wars Outlaws, some of these bigger games that I want to enjoy? Where would you like to see the gaming side of things go? There are a bunch of you in here, so I'd love to hear you guys' opinion, be brutally honest. No gaming, just chat. What would you like? Single player experience from rotating shift. I'd love to, let's get it going. Let me go too fast in your answers so that I don't have enough time to answer them all. Everyone, there's 114 of you. I'd love to see 100 answers here. I'd like to chill with you and chat solo. Okay. So solo, a bunch of solos. Make it so it's impossible for me to read so much chat because there's too much here. I want to know. I really do. This is your time. Star Wars Outlaws would be pretty cool. I like to see you play and talk about it, okay? Mario Kart World is great, but I guess single player is better for everyone. Rotate between both. Single player, Animal Crossing. Is that what it is? ANC. MGS2, Coffee Talk, everything all at once. Gosh. Solo works. I don't have a Nintendo and MGS2 rocks, right? Ever do 52 tunnels? No. You gotta talk to each other. Solo, Def, Chill, and Solo. Are you in the Discord? MGS2, single player, slower paced game. Okay. You guys are making it happen here. All right, then we got to choose here. So there's MGS2, which is very, very, very narrative based. I say Pokemon and chill since it turned base and lets you read chat. So I'd be down with both. I love to do a weekly multiplayer stuff. Maybe we'll make Fridays our multiplayer day. Maybe we do that on Friday because Friday, Pokopia. Pokopia is too cute, man. I got a little bit of a vibe here, you know what I mean? Pokopia just ain't it. I'll be here regardless. I love the vibe. Brought me over to YouTube. Clip, stop it, dude. Stop it. I hate to say it though, Clip, is I'm not on Twitch anymore, so we're gonna have to figure out this collaboration. The excitement in your voice makes me think that you didn't expect this much people to donations. Don't know if I'm right, but I thank you for that. I didn't think that this was gonna work. What about a big open world game like Fallout or Skyrim? Def MGS2 vibes. So I'm thinking MGS2 is an option. And then we have some. I have some bigger games too that we could get into. You know what I mean? MGS2 is for sure not. Outlaws I've been wanting to crack into. So there's that as well. Let's see, what games do I have on my Switch too? You know, I think that the one issue, Outlaws would be cool, right? I think the one issue that I run into with MGS, if I'm being honest with you, is the amount of attention that's required to enjoy that game. It does take a level of that. Have you played MGS3 Remake? Such a beautiful remake. I haven't. But let me move some stuff around so I can switch. Oh, you know what? I can just do this. So I was playing The Messenger, which is really cool. This is a fun game if you've never played it. So I have Pacopia, MGS2. Let's see. MGS3. Oh, booger. Sea of Stars. Here's the Mario Kart World. Splunky's great. Fortnite, obviously. This is a great game, dude. But let's get in here. Do some Outlaws. You guys want Outlaws? I don't have it on the Switch, too, so we'd have to switch over to a different system here. Pokemon would be cool, though, too. Chill. The music is nostalgic. Yeah, man. So, yeah, Pokemon Fire Red, which you can easily chill through. Then we have the Mario games, right? Also, Pokemon Unite. Really big on that. There's so many different things here that we can mess into. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Just enjoying your stream overall. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Just so many. I mean, cracking into a Zelda game. I ain't mad at that. So yeah. I mean, part of me wants to go into Outlaws. I'm just such a huge fan of that stuff. Splunky's stream would be awesome. What did you think about Crisis Core? Love Final Fantasy VII. Didn't like. I loved it. It's one of my favorite, dude. Straight up. I think that Crisis Core is one of the greatest. I adore that game so much, man. Re-download. What do we have to re-download? This is all I have. So we got a bunch of stuff here. All the Final Fantasies. What's your schedule like, man? Something, when something, fry something, and sat or sun, chill sesh, or is that too much? Oh, well, if I'm making the right amount, if I'm making enough to do this full time, I would. Since I'm not making enough to do this full time, I have to do other stuff too. About to start Outlaws, playing Indiana Jones at night. So far, I love it. Dude, Indiana Jones is so good, brother. Oh my gosh, do I love Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is so good, dude. Right? So here's the schedule as it is, and then here's where I want to go. So Monday is 6 a.m. to like 9, 10 o'clock. Wednesday, the same. Friday is 6 to 9. Hard stop because my wife goes to work. Actually, it's earlier than that. I just realized. So Friday is actually earlier. Friday is 6 to 8:30. And then Saturday is no stream, and neither is Sunday, because I'm doing. I have to work on my videos. So I have one video a week. What's your full-time job? I'm new here. I'm a video editor. Gotta jump into meetings. Gonna lurk. Blessings, y'all. Later, dude. So if I could have it my way, I would stream 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and do a morning show, maybe even 6 to 11. And then after that, cut up little segments, have some good stuff. That's my goal, my dream. I enjoy making the videos because those videos they're cool. But this is great. This is something that I would want, if I was, this is what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for this type of, stream stuff, interaction between you guys and just back and forth, having these good conversations. Like, this is what I'm looking for as a creator, as a content consumer. Been itching to replay The Last of Us again to avoid getting the new Resident Evil. How is video editing as a career overall? It is a challenging one, given that people, young kids are willing to work at lower rates and use far more AI in big companies. Big companies want to spend less money and don't appreciate the non-AI work. So there's a big shift. There's a really big shift in the video editing space because bigger companies are starting to gobble up small work because they can just quickly automate it all. And a small creator like me doesn't have a team to do that. Your full-time job is dad. That is true. That is my full-time job. It's great to love what you do. Hop into RuneScape server, then we can all join you. No, I'm not. If I do any MMO, it's World of Warcraft. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Plus, you got to fight for work against the overseas editors, I'd imagine. Oh, it's insane, dude. I can't compete with people that their cost of living is 1/8 of mine. I can't compete with that. I just can't. And I'm not going to pretend like it's good or bad. Like, it is what it is. I'm just not going to be able to compete with that. And, you know, as much as I'd love to be like, hey, you know, support local American business, some American companies can't do that. And there's nothing wrong with using foreign business as long as that foreign business has a personal relationship. I think that that's better. But unfortunately, where the finances are, that industry, the video editing industry is being gobbled up heavily by bigger companies who have the resources to develop their own AI and automation tools to do the job of someone like myself who is putting the attention to detail that a human would give. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of it. And so I only have a couple clients. That's why I'm working aggressively and pursuing this the way I am, because I see the writing on the walls. I see it. Someone like myself who can very, very reasonably charge between 100 and 150 an hour to do my work, I'm being undercut by, you know, at least $75. People are charging $30 to $50 to do the work that I do with AI tools, and there's no way I could do that. It would cut my salary down so much that I would at this point I would not be able to do what I'm doing today. I'd just be working 60, 80-hour weeks. And so I have a couple clients that are willing to pay me what I'm worth, and that's what I do. But I want this to be heard not as a complaint, just an observation in the reality of the situation. I can't compete with big companies who are willing to automate. I just can't. And me automating as a single, this is the irony. It takes a team to do that. And so it's challenging. Talking about AI, what do you think about DLSS 5 thing? I'll answer this in a question. Double Decker 31, dude. Double Decker 31 just joined the Sasquatch Society. This is a tall bloke. Sasquatches are already between 7 and 9 feet tall. For some reason, this double decker is 9.5 feet. One of the tallest. One might even say double the size of a standard human. This double decker of a Sasquatch enters in, but we're not intimidated. For some reason, this Chewbacca-esque Sasquatch enters, and we want nothing more than just one hug. And Double Decker is handing them out. He's handing out hugs like making bacon pancakes, hands out bacon pancakes. And our good friend from Whidbey Island is handing out delicious morning breakfast sausages. Double Decker's like, get in here, bros. Let's start the session. Thank you for joining us, Double Decker. Appreciate having you here. I'm a private English teacher in Brazil, and I think every day that I'll lose all of my few clients. It's true, man. It's true. The DLSS 5 thing. Here's my thoughts on DLSS 5. DLSS 5 is technology that is incorporating a tremendous amount of AI to push photorealism onto already created assets by other developers, artists, creators, whatever you want to call them, right? And DLSS 5 is essentially taking photorealism and using assets from all over the place to mask this work to make it look better, right? This is the goal. The overall reason for this is to push be able to have lower performing things look better, essentially, which right now it's the opposite. It takes, like, from what I understood, it took two 5090s, which is the highest end graphics card, to showcase this. Now, that of course makes sense right? Because it is showcasing technology that is very, very unoptimized. That being said, I think what it does is it opens the doors for studios like Sabotage Games, which they're using, 2D. But welcome in, King. But what it does is it makes it so that small teams can compete with the big guys. Remember only stream soon? No. I don't think I'll ever do that. Maybe if we get too big. It makes it so the little guys can compete with the big guys. Now, other people are like, no, photorealism is just taking over, and it's like, it's whatever. It's hiding the work that good, hard-earned developers create. Okay, let me counter that argument. Okay, with the whole like hiding the good work. That if everybody has access to the same tools and everybody can do it, why is it taking away from those who decide not to? I'll use my own self as an example. I have the ability to use AI to edit clients' videos. Do I do it? Only the tools that make me better at what I do. The tools that make the product not as good, I don't use, right? There's different. So I edit for podcasts, and some of the podcasts, they want shorts. There are tools out there, that one of them's Opus Clip that automatically creates shorts out of videos. Find the best spots. I don't use it because I'll take an 8-minute clip, condense it down to 30 seconds, and utilize that for good, high engagement, short form content that actually makes sense. I will use AI generation or use AI to generate thumbnails. Not thumbnails, captions for these shorts that I would do for clients. I'm not going to manually caption. I don't need to do that. That makes myself be able to function better. I don't have to send it to a captioner. I don't have to send it to another person who captions or graphics. Use AI to create good text graphics. Yeah, no problem. But I'm not going to use AI to develop the very work that I think I can do better as a human. Because I don't see AI taking a 9-minute segment out of an hour-and-a-half long podcast and figuring out what the best way to cut it down to 30 seconds is and make it cohesive. I don't see AI doing that because I am trying to develop a specific message out of 9 minutes. And so some of those tools don't work. The same with making video games. There is a team of 6 people, and now with whatever different tools they have that AI is using, they no longer need to have a specific person who is hyper good at a very specific thing because there are tools that they can use to do that job. I'll give another one. I want to create a theme song. I don't have money to hire a musical artist to create my theme song. And so I am using GarageBand mixed with their AI tools to develop my own theme song because I want a theme song. I don't have the finances to hire somebody. Am I stealing from someone? No, I'm not taking any music and saying, adapt this for me. But I am using tools to make my own theme song because I don't know how to play the piano and all of the different synth instruments. I need help. And I don't have the money to give someone to do it. So I take it into my own hands. These are tools that exist. Another example, you hire people to build a home for you. And there are power tools. Would you be more inclined to hire somebody who goes, I just use hammer and nail and hand screwdrivers and awls to do all of my work? It's about 15 of us, to be honest with you, 15, 20 of us just to do, this. Or would you hire a team that goes, yeah, there's about 3 to 5 of us. We're able to do it. We can build you out a whole deck. No problem. They use all power tools, all that kind of stuff. Digital, everything. And they build it for you. Auto levelers, all that kind of stuff. Which one would you choose? Well, the ones who use the tools. Everyone has access to the tools. Now, obviously, there's going to be people who are like, I want a table built by someone who is a master jointer, and they're able to do extremely good Japanese joinery. Yeah, well, that's its own thing. I want to hire an artist that can build something with charcoal. Okay, yeah, I would love to see a charcoal drawing. It's gorgeous. But that doesn't mean that's for everything. And so with AI, I see it as there is potential for it to be used as a tool, but just as any tool exists, it can be a crutch. People can no longer learn how to do a good job because they haven't learned the foundation and the fundamentals. And that is totally also possible. Right? DLSS 5 on Madagascar, the game for GameCube. As a counter with AI, a dev team of 6 now only needs to be a dev team of 3. I don't understand why that's a bad thing. Why would agility be a bad thing? I don't think technology shouldn't exist just because it means less people can do a good job. I don't understand. Why is the biggest complaint against AI the fact that, oh my gosh, people are going to lose their jobs because AI is going to help one person be better? I don't understand this concept. Like, why wouldn't we invent something that makes someone better at their job? That's like saying, I don't want ever a cook to be able to use a stove. They should only be using fire over a campfire. They should never have access to on-demand flames. They should only be using charcoal on a campfire. I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get the concept. Does DLSS work on pixel graphics games? I don't know. I think AI is fine for people that are trying to do everything in-house. I do find a moral gray area for multi-million companies to save money. I don't know why it's bad for a company that knows how to make a profit to utilize the same tools. Why does a company that makes a lot of money get punished for being able to make more money? Now, there's, of course, exploitation and all that stuff aside. We're talking simply like, why should a company that is able to make a lot of money be restricted because they make a lot of money? I don't get it. I just don't understand the concept. Is it just like big company bad? Don't like big company? Because that's fine. You can be that way, but you got to also accept and take the responsibility that you're just being that way because you're anti-big company. Do I think every big company should exist? I don't actually. That's not a good question because I don't think it matters. I just don't. AI helped me build my PC from scratch, and that was a turning point for me. In my experience, AI should not replace you. If it does, it's because you are not doing your job as expected or you're not working as you should. Dude, that's the best way to put it. Someone who is unwilling, it's stealing content without credit from others. It simply replicates information it doesn't actually create. It's not stealing money. How is that stealing? There's copying if someone is copying, but how is it stealing? I don't understand. More Team Cherry, the group who made Hollow Knight and Silksong, which is a group of 3, by the way, can pop up making amazing games. Yeah. Here's another thought. It's possible that with AI, the dev team can cut costs. That's making games cheaper. I don't think it'll make games cheaper. I think if anything, it'll actually make it so that developers can make money. Because right now, developers aren't making a lot of money. It's not the developers that make money, it's the big corporations. The small developers still have a really hard time making ends meet. Because a lot of it's either they have to take on investors, which if they take on investors, we all know what that looks like when a team takes on investors. All of a sudden, they have to make decisions they don't necessarily want to. And when they make decisions they don't necessarily want to, it ends up affecting the game. Incorporating politics or pleasing a specific person, speaking to specific ideologies. That's the problem. I don't think that games will become cheaper. But I think if anything, developers may be able to deliver their game without having to incorporate things that are pandering to an audience that doesn't exist. AI is making games more expensive. The complete opposite. I don't think that's true either. I think that you're doom and gloom, Mr. Ipston. We've had lots of conversations. You seem to be hyper negative in a lot of ways. I do not think that's true either. I don't know how AI would make games more expensive. That doesn't seem to be true. I think that what's happening is big companies have taken on too much responsibility and are now having to use AI to keep up. But because of people complaining, oh, you can't fire someone. Dude, here's the deal. You want to hear something controversial out of my mouth? I think that mass layoffs on companies that aren't using people should do that. You should. I think we should do a company that has 1,000 employees doing the job of 100 should go down to 100. I said it. I said it. A company that has 1,000 employees doing the job of 100 should go down to 100. Now, should they be closing studios that have otherwise good stuff? No. But that's the problem when you take on too much responsibility, start to have investors make decisions and not developers. And so we're going to see a massive pruning of good developer. We're going to lose those people. And then AI tools are going to rise up. The big boys are going to try to utilize them. They're going to incorporate politics and silly ideologies into games. We've seen it, right? See it, King? We've seen it. And then from there, after that's done, we're going to see those teams get broken off. We're going to lose them. And then we're going to get more studios like the ones who made Clair Obscur. We're going to get more people like who made Silksong. We're going to get more games like that. It's going to take some time, but the good ones will lose their jobs. And then the great ones will rise up and make a studio. Will we have some chaff that gets burned? Yeah. Is this beneficial for everybody? No. But the good ones may or will lose their jobs, and the great ones will rise up and give us another good game. That's what's going to happen. But when you get someone who is creative, incredible, and wonderful and beautiful that has been stunted by the company having to pander to a board of directors that don't even care about video games, they just care about dollar amounts and pleasing their lobbyists, you're going to get bad games. You're going to get Veilguard. That's what you're going to get. Okay? I said it. You're going to get that. And then when people lose their jobs because AI's taken over, the good ones are going to be like, you know what? I have a good idea for a game. It's a guy who he dives for fish, but he also runs a sushi restaurant. Yeah. And then maybe he'll go to Africa at some time, a safari. Right? Maybe we'll do that. And then you'll have to keep the sushi restaurant alive by getting fish. Investors and board of directors care about the bottom line. They care also about pushing an agenda, dude. Hype for Dave the Diver. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what happens when the great ones rise to the top. And now we're creating tools that big boys are going to use and that people are going to be like, oh, they're doing evil things. People forget that they don't have to buy things, right? They forget that they have the option to not engage with things they don't like. That is the biggest problem with the internet, is you think you have to engage with it. You don't. You can just ignore it and be like, oh yeah, I don't have to engage with this. No one's forcing me to. And then you can engage with the things you really want to, like people like Silksong, one of the biggest, greatest games of this generation. And people are loving it, right? I can't believe that these studios are going to use AI to create assets. And the the hyper, extremely overly repetitive and somewhat annoying words of Naruto. Believe it. Believe it. You think lobbyists made the devs write the story that way? No, but I definitely believe that politics creep into games because of investors. Sometimes those huge companies chew up creativity and spit it out mediocrity because the idea has to be filtered through all those boards of non-creatives you've mentioned. There it is. Whoops, I'm not investing in non-Nintendo things anymore. Dude, Nintendo forever, baby. Nintendo forever. I love it. I love it. But that's the thing. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. We as consumers have the ability to have something called discernment. But a majority of people don't have that discernment. And the reason why they don't have that discernment is because they've relented and they've given their brain over to the internet, and they're far more concerned with being a part of a specific ideology than maintaining a specific code of ethics or filter to make decisions through. And so discernment, let's use proper discernment with AI. Director, AI will allow people with good ideas, but no resources or tech skill to make an interesting game. And it'll also, at the same time, allow people with bad ideas and infinite resources to create a game, right? Which will get no purchases because it's not a good game, or it's just there to push some sort of ideology, and then 3/4 of the team will get fired and the internet will get really mad. We're like, the industry's so bad. No. People used good tools to do a bad thing, and now people are going to pay for it, and it's not going to be the ones who made the decision. That's the unfortunate reality of it all. But guess what that means? Those people who paid for it, I'm not going to name any games because everyone can name a game. Those people that pay for it, the top people, they're not going to, investors, they're either going to make their money back or move on to the next thing. The unfortunate reality is the people who did not make the decision, who were told what to do, are going to be the ones who pay for it. They now have an opportunity, and this is where responsibility comes in, something people don't like talking about, to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and make a decision, and they can use AI to do it better. I'm a huge advocate for people taking responsibility for every action that they interact with. And people who blame others for their results are the same people who often come into chat and argue very, very nuanced things and like to be negative. The reality of the situation is you take responsibility for every action you encounter, even the ones that you had no control over, and you only will improve, right? Only will improve. And that is the way to do things, right? To answer your question, Mr. Ripsa, I do not have any instance where AI would benefit me other than captioning client work. I caption client work. So I use AI to caption client work. I don't use AI for my work because my work wouldn't benefit from it. I do conversation-based content, and conversation-based content wouldn't benefit from having additional AI resources put into it. But I have someone who has, I have yet to give a video to for 2 months now, who is wanting to be an editor for me. I feel like the big AAA studios are going to get hit the hardest. Small indie devs will multiply their team power with AI coding. As I agree with that. What I'm learning is we are told what bad games are. I'm trying stuff for myself and more. Yeah. We live in a victim culture. In the past, people would adapt to the world. Now we all expect the world to adapt to us, which isn't possible. Well, not only that, but we also highly listen to too many people on YouTube. Don't listen to me. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Right? Stop listening to people on YouTube. We are not authority. I'm not authority. I'm a man with an opinion and a camera and speak convincingly. Right? Don't listen to me. You don't know me. Taking responsibility is paramount. Just look at No Man's Sky. Taking responsibility is incredible. And we would have a lot better, I'm going to say it, we'd have a lot stronger, more powerful, more compassionate, more empathetic, more understanding men out there if they took responsibility. Men who don't take responsibility and don't own everything, even the things that they did not initially create, right? But they interacted with, right? Men who don't do that are catalysts for what we see a lot of problems coming out, right? Men who take responsibility for everything, even the things that they didn't have complete control over, those are the kind of men that often cause the biggest changes in a positive way. If you all want to read one book and never read a book again, you read Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. You apply every single thing that is in that book to your life. Every relationship you have will get better. You'll become better at working. You'll become a better father. You'll become a better husband. You'll become a better man in general. You will not complain as much. You will only see opportunities, and you'll no longer see the world like it's coming after you. Taking ownership, quote, nobody is coming to save you. It's true. It's true. Men who don't take responsibility for every action they interact with. And notice I'm not saying every action they make, every action they interact with. Men who don't take responsibility will not just fail, but create failures for everything they touch. What's the book title again? Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. Jocko Willink. Incredible book. The pain of acknowledging failure is the best way to grow into a better person. Yes, responsibility is what I was referring to with victim culture. We think that we're victims instead of taking responsibility. Yeah. Cloud source your personality from the internet. That's people, dude. That's what it is, man. You lost so much weight. Are you okay? Who are you talking to? What an odd way to come in here and talk if you're talking to me. I've lost 4 pounds in the past 5 years. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking to me or are you talking to someone else? You have to be, are you talking to someone else? I'm only a victim of my own irresponsibility. And you're not a victim of that. You're reaping the consequences of the decisions you've made. You're not a victim. Being a victim means that it was unintentional and out of your control. How do you balance letting your kids play games, but then also teach them self-reliance and ownership of responsibilities? They're 2 and 5. And so that balance is more like they just play games. My kids are 2 and 5. The world is a beautiful place and they should enjoy every aspect of it. What are you playing right now thanks to Handheld Boost? Nothing that utilizes it, to be honest, if I'm being straight with you. There's nothing that I've changed about my gaming because Handheld Boost exists. Right now I'm playing a lot of Mario Kart World and I am playing some Star Wars Outlaws on the PlayStation 5 Pro. So nothing in particular because of Handheld Boost. I am more inclined to go back and play some of the Switch titles I purchased at the end of the Switch 1 life cycle, for sure. But other than that, Handheld Boost didn't change my approach, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Did you finish Fire Red? Oh, no, it's a slow grind. What's up today? What's up, Storm? God, there he is. There's our boy. There he is, man. Mindstormer has been around since the very beginning. He has been a part of the channel since 2021. So good to see you, dude. Man, to see that yellow and blue lightning bolt in my chat is reminiscent of an older time. I played Saints Row the third because of Handheld Boost, almost 1080p, 60 FPS now since it has unlocked frame rate. That's sick, dude. I'm hoping more developers, more studios decide to give the Switch 2, their Switch 1 versions of their games on the Switch 2 an unlocked, not experience, treatment, the unlocked treatment. I'd love to see Octopath just perform a little bit better. Octopath 1 and 2. I'm thinking about picking up Octopath 0 once I finish 1 and 2. Looking forward to, I think it's called Elliot. It has some crazy name. But yeah, again, I haven't changed my gaming because of that. Follow-up question. What about your kids when your kids are older? I grew up playing games and had a hard time balancing play and responsibilities. I don't want my kids to turn out as game-addicted kids. Well, we have very specific rules in our home when it comes to games. If you hear kids outside, you go play with them. When I play video games with my kids, it's either me and them. They are right now at a point where if they want to play a game, they can play a game. I don't stop them from doing so. And they are allowed to. My son is 2. He's not playing video games. But my daughter and my son like to play pretend. We have a trampoline in our backyard they play on. And so gaming is something that we kind of incorporated into our quiet time. It is not often utilized as our active time. And so our active time is when the sun's up or when naps are supposed to be happening. So my daughter is older now and she doesn't have to take naps. If she wants to, she can, but she has quiet time. And what quiet time is she goes and lays in my bed, not in her bed, because her bed's with her brother. They have a bunk bed. She can sleep in my room, in my wife and I's bed. And I say, close the door, we'll turn out all the lights. You can play your game as long as you want. And then when you decide you're tired, turn it off, take a nap. If you don't want to go to sleep, that's fine. Out of the few dozen times we've done that, she has stayed awake through her quiet time, I think maybe 5 or 6 times. And so that's just kind of the way it is. Ni no Kuni 2 is a great game that utilize handheld boost, to be honest. If you're looking for, oh, sweet. I'm currently playing through Pokemon Red because my best friend wants to trade Pokemon. That's great, dude. In yellow, so he can give it to his son. That's super cool. I missed the streams lately. Honestly, I haven't been very active on YouTube in the last 6 months, though. That's fine. Oh, gun is, I do not know how to say this, so you'll be 77, which makes sense because in 1977, one of the greatest space operas ever to exist was there. And it turns out this person right here was actually the boom operator for Star Wars. Did you know this? This whatever the name is, he was there for it. We have a famous Sasquatch in our midst, the boom operator for every Star Wars film, from Star Wars A New Hope all the way through the last Star Wars film ever created, which was Star Wars Return of the Jedi. He was there holding the boom. We have a very famous, very beautiful, wonderful Sasquatch who just joined. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. What are you saying? That actually sounds like a good way to do nap and quiet time. Yeah, that's a great point. This is something I've been thinking recently. My son turns 1 next month, trying to plan ahead for that as well. Don't. Revenge of the Sith is goated. It is. I'm talking about the whole series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the whole series. Starting Kingdom Hearts 2 and its first time, I'm playing the series and I love. Nice. Stand up straight with your shoulders back is a Jordan Peterson rule. Oh, his like 9 rules to be whatever. Jordan Peterson, man, lots of insight, he's a conflicted man. From now on, that will be my backstory. It is indeed. It is indeed. Took a break from YouTube for a while. When did you do the rebrand? I like the new channel name. I did the rebrand in November, I believe. I started this channel as a live streaming only channel back when I had my main channel, JD Coffee. Yeah, I left that channel because I had created it. I didn't know what I was doing. Spent a lot of time. I allowed for negativity I engaged with negativity a lot. And unfortunately, that drove me mad. It made it so I ended up really hating everything about what I did. So I left YouTube completely. And then I came back and because I was like, I stepped away from it, realizing that I had lost my way. And it was when I decided to lock in the fact that I am someone, I'm faith-based, you know, I am a Christian, and I decided to be very, very confident in being one. And there was pushback in my more nuclear community, and it completely imploded. And I took it personally, and I left the internet completely. And then I'm like, you know what? No, I have a story to tell. I have truth to share. And I said, I'm coming back, and I'm not going to hide it. And so I started Analog Den Up because it's intention. I am, again, I'm an absolute faith-based creator, right? I believe Jesus Christ died for my sins, right? Without him, and what he did for me on the cross, there's no point for me to do anything, really. And so I believe that, and that's like the core of my foundation, everything I do. And I hid that on my first channel, right? I wasn't like, oh, no, I'm not, but like I hid it. And so coming back, I'm like, I'm not going to hide it. I'm going to be bold in that. I'm going to be very, very specific in what I like, and I'm not going to allow the internet to infiltrate my decision making. And that's where I'm at now, right? So that's why I held on to the deck daddies and the deck daddy ideology for a long time, because I'm like, man, I'm a part of this, but I'm back to where the core of it all is. And follower of Jesus Christ. One, I live in America, right? Not ashamed of that. And I love Nintendo, right? These are things about me. I'm a father. I'm a husband, right? 2 beautiful children, a boy and a girl, right? I'm a husband to a wife, right? These are all things. It's huge. And these are things that I have, like, these are foundational things. I also want to say you inspired me to tap into my creativity and start my own YouTube channel. Right now, doing a review of an off-brand PS5 controller. All right, what off-brand is it? Is it the Hex controller? I will say, after years as an Xbox guy, I realize I'm a Nintendo guy now. I wish they were a bit more forward-thinking. It pains me that I can't battle or trade via online in leaf green. I don't know what that's about, but it is what it is. I kind of let it go. Now that's kind of crazy. My Star Wars order is 453162. That's the code on my luggage. What did someone once tell me? Oh, it's 451236. Yeah, because you get 4, you get a New Hope. 5, you find out that Vader is Luke's dad, and then you get his arc now. 1, 2, 3, and then you go 6 to finish it all out. Good on you, man. That's important. Need more of that on YouTube. So I'm trying to do here, man. Let's try to go full time. Right? Full time in the gaming space about not buying video games. A Christian man who lives in America. Let's see if we can make it work, guys. Let's see if we can make it work, huh? Literally stacking the deck there. Christian American man. Like, not usually the pre-qualifier for the video game industry. Also loves America. I'm a Christian American man who loves America. Not loves America, loves Nintendo, right? I mean, I love my country too. Live here, still here. A Christian American man that loves Nintendo. That's crazy, dude. Imagine. Dude, there are for sure people that would want to that are not a part of that. They certainly are like, no. Some of the nastiest comments I got was because I have an American flag in the background. You guys know that? Some of the meanest comments I've ever gotten was because I have an American flag in the background. The second meanest comment is because I showcased the mod retro chromatic. Right? It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. But there it is. It's wild. Some of the meanest things that have ever been said to me in my whole online life is because of that. The hardest thing for me is all the negativity about the Switch 2 online. Every time I post, I get waves of hate comments. Anyone who sends you a wave of hate comment about the Switch 2, here, let me fix it for you, is someone who you can easily see is very, very dissatisfied with just about everything that they're experiencing. And so it's deeper than just the Switch 2. There's something else. They're probably going through something, because when people take out their hate on other folks for something as trivial as a Switch 2, it's clear that there's some deeper things going on. They're conflicted, right? And so it's like, oh, I see. You're mad at me because I am enjoying something, and it's like because they can't enjoy something, and it's projection. That's fine,
it may help you, like, it's a projection thing, right? When someone gets mad at you for enjoying something, it's because they are incapable of enjoying it themselves, and that is something that is hard to accept sometimes. And the internet creates a situation in which you can get away with that kind of thing. They're not going to act that way in person. People don't. I've had people completely flip their comments on YouTube because I responded to them. Not even in person. I'm like, hey man, that was kind of hurtful to say. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize there's a real person on the other side. There is. It's a real human. Now I hide it. It really hurt me. I'm a sensitive guy, so I actually just hide and block now. I can't do it a second time. I want to enjoy this. Only thing you're missing to make people mad is saying you agree with Trump. I have a giant American flag in the background. I don't think I have to say anything. Okay. Like, I don't think I have to say anything. What's been your saving grace in terms of finding positivity in the gaming space? I create it. I'll be honest with you. Just like the rappers who are like, someone's like, who's the greatest? I watched the Kevin Gates episode of Lil Dicky's podcast. I don't recommend watching it. They talk about some inappropriate things. But I was watching it and someone asked him, hey, what's your who's the best rapper out there? He goes, I have to say it's me. I'm gonna say a slightly what would you call it? Cocky thing. What's been your saving grace in terms of finding positivity in the gaming space? I create it. That's my saving grace. I create the positivity that I want to be a part of. I just ignore the terminally ill online folks. They're stuck in a negativity storm and I refuse to enter that space. I'm human and I fail at times, but I do my best to ignore it and avoid it. Yeah. I don't respond anymore. Just heart the comment. I don't even do that. Christ is king. Christ is king, dude. Christ is king, baby. I don't even heart the comment because that's patronizing. I don't want to patronize. I block. I do. I'll be the first to admit it. I block. Can we just get this to not be crazy right now? Just back. I can't do it. Is it this? Oh, it's because it's this side. I always forget which side's my part. That's not too crazy. That looks fine, right? It's just, dude, like this is crazy. It's the most hair I've ever had. That's not true. I had hair down to my shoulders in high school. Too crazy, man. It's because I went to bed with my head wet. What are we up to today? I'm not sure yet. I was going to start playing a game, but we started talking about a bunch of stuff. Octopath is good. Stories are really well done. They are. That's good. Do you think the Octopath Traveler series is worth getting into? I think it's a great one. More hair than in 2021. Oh, much more hair than 2021. 2021, the hair didn't touch the back of my neck. I had a hipster haircut. It's the most hair I've had since high school. When I pull my hair down, I can actually see it in my eyes. I've never had that long before. It's crazy. Nice hair, bro. Very handsome. Pff, you know it. One of the most handsome Sasquatches on the internet. But the best way, yeah, I guess that's the best way to, you want a little bit of advice on how to enjoy games again? Stop listening to people online and create the positivity. Hairline on point, though. It is. It is, dude. Even if I pull up the corners, got a little bit of dad thinning. I've earned that, though. See, you earn that. When you're a dad, you earn this. You have to. Let me see if I can get like the most unflattering. There it is. I've earned that. I earned that, okay? That's my daughter waking up every night for 3 months and coming into our bed. That's my son still doing that, right? I've earned that. But yeah, hairline's on point. Still there. Look, I even got space. Almost a mullet 80s vibe. Trying, dude. I'm trying to get that going. It's a lot of hair. It's unwieldy. I didn't wet it and put it down today. Working on those lethal what? Yep, that's the look. I'm going for the Mel Gibson Farrah Fawcett. You heard it here. I'm going for the Mel Gibson Farrah Fawcett. That's what I'm going for. So is the goal the majestic Chuck Norris? Rest in peace. He's just sleeping right now, dude. Almost a mullet 80s vibe. We have to fight for joy in our lives instead of it being dictated by what we read. That's right, dude. R.I.P. Chuck. R.I.P. dude. R.I.P. Moment of silence. Somehow still not as quiet as he could have made it. I think everyone has that, even people who aren't thinning. 80s action movie hero. That's the goal, dude. Yeah, I'm going for that. But so anyway, that's the convo for the. I mean, we got into it all. Do you remember the demo discs days, man? Once a month, getting a magazine and playing 5 to 10 new demos each month. Nowadays, everyone has to be an opinion, and they forget how much good stuff there is out there. Yeah, dude. I avoid gaming subreddits, the plague. I actually don't even know how to use Reddit. I am one of the few people out there. Much love for Chuck. Yeah, dude. Good old Chuck. A Bible-believing Christian, man. One of us. My dad actually has a picture of Chuck Norris. I don't have it on my phone, but my dad has a few pictures of Chuck Norris. They ran in the same circles. My dad is a theologian, political commentator. My number one advice for enjoying games is putting your phone in another room. When my phone is on me, I'm checking it and breaking my immersion. Set aside 1 to 2 hours just for you and gaming. I agree with that. Anyone play Xenoblade Chronicles? Thoughts? I have thoughts about 1 and 2 on Switch, but it's expensive. I'm not sure it's any good. Radish, if you like MMOs, you will like that game. Oh man, the demo discs. Memories. W dead. Yeah, man. Xenoblade is the greatest JRPG franchise of all time. I won't go that far. Final Fantasy is for me, but I wouldn't even put it in top 3. But that's just me. Baby on my chest, Den is the best way to spend the morning. Heck yeah, Rend. I'm listening to your stream on my phone while I play Fire Red on my TV. Heck yeah, Kevin. That is indeed awesome. Historical Rash. And 3 are 2. Yeah. Ended up missing you play Xenoblade when you finally got it. I love Xenoblade. Sleeper top 5. Chuck needed to prep for the resurrection, so he let death take him. That's really funny. That's really funny. Reddit has made itself basically useless with allowing itself to become the worst opinion echo chamber. Yeah. Funny fact, I was 8 when Pizza Hut demo discs came out. One Friday, my dad and I played it, and he loved it so much, we went out and got it that night. That's amazing. What do you recommend for your first Final Fantasy game? Final Fantasy VII Remake. And if you want a traditional Final Fantasy game, I'd say 10. Funny enough, just finished 7 Remake on Switch 2, playing through Rebirth on PS5 now, having a blast. Combat system is way better in Rebirth, though. Combat system, I think, is way more involved in Rebirth. I love combat system in Rebirth because of the additional things, but I think that the simplicity of the combat system in Remake actually lends it to be a better introduction to that combat system. But Final Fantasy Re-Series has the best hybrid combat system I've ever experienced. I love the combat series in the Re-Series. Chuck Norris. Chuck is with my dad now. He was a big fan of him. R.I.P. Pizza Hut demo discs is how I got introduced to Metal Gear Solid. That's awesome. Although very niche solution. Finding Reddit still king helped me fixing a crazy laptop issue. So this is how I use Reddit. I will look up an answer and then type in Reddit to see if it'll give me an answer. The second I read one opinion or see one argument, I leave the Reddit post and go to the next section. So it's like how to fix, I don't know why I thought of this, squeaky door, obviously WD-40, but like specific, like our dishwasher was like clogged. How to unclog dishwasher model number, Reddit. Get a bunch of stuff. Oh, that's the worst dishwasher ever. They've lost. Okay, on to the next one. Oh, that's the stupid. They manufacturing. Off to the next one. Right? Like, that's how I do it. I'm going to join the Discord. This chat is awesome. Hey, sweet, Ryan. This is the Discord. Let me give you a heads up, just so that you're ready. A lot of people like us, I started Final Fantasy 12 on PS2 recently, but stopped at the early stealth mission. Okay. Yeah, the hybrid combat is great. Just not a fan of pseudo parry mechanics in Remake. Love the invincibility frames while perfect blocking in Rebirth. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I have a hard time going back to any sort of action-based game after playing Elden Ring. I'm just going to be straight with you. Elden Ring ruined action games for me. It's the perfect game. Remake and Rebirth are beautiful. I love everything about Remake and Rebirth. But it's hard for me to play any action-based game after playing Elden Ring. That's the only thing Reddit is good for. Yeah. Like, it is crazy how good Elden Ring is, man. That game is as close to flawless as it can be. Will you replay Elden Ring when it comes to Switch 2? We'll see. Elden Ring on Switch 2 has to be 60 frames. If it's not, it's just going to be I will replay it at that time for search engine optimization. It'll probably be on a PlayStation. I'm being honest with you. Either that or the PC. Do you play fighting games? I've tried to get into Street Fighter. Elden Ring is the correct game. My favorite game of all time. It is up there for me. It is up there. In the past 10 years, it is for sure one of the games that has impressed me almost the most. Breath of the Wild being the #1 game in the past 10 years to impress me. Elden Ring is probably #2. I get that. Have you ever played Wise 8 or 9? I haven't. I have not. Have you played any other FromSoft Souls game? I started Souls 1. And I have Sekiro. It's likely it won't be higher than 30. Series S doesn't get higher than 40 FPS, I think. Yeah, I just can't play that game any lower than 60. Video games cause violence. My 4 cousins got into a fight over who won FIFA 23 the other day. It resulted in 3 black eyes. Yeah, that's fair. And I think that kind of stuff is good. Are they all boys? I encourage that behavior. Have you looked into Crimson Desert at all? Looks good, but it isn't for me. I haven't. I'm not into medieval times. Which is ironic, right? With Elden Ring. Yes. Hey, boys fighting over who's the best. They need that. You have to get through that. How old are they? Are they like 15? You have to. That kind of stuff it's important. They need to wrestle. They need to, fight over that kind of stuff. I am a firm believer that boys need to wrestle a little bit, get a little rowdy with each other. I think it's good. A little push. 15, 11, perfect. Fighting over who won, perfect. It's good. That's good. Every once in a while, if it happens all the time, obviously that's a problem. Every once in a while, that's good. Yeah. FIFA brings out the worst in everyone. I had to drop that game. Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, Punching each other in the face is a little brutal, but I think wrestling about, say uncle, that kind of stuff, you need it. You need it. Are they all brothers too? That's perfect. Cousins? Related? You gotta have it. If you ain't fighting with your cousins at least once or twice, what you doing? Unpopular opinion, but you know what I mean? You gotta do something. You gotta be a little silly. It's all a part of it, dude. It's all a part of it. Over who won a video game? Back in my day, that was what smashed it. That's what I'm telling you, dude. That's the kind of stuff you do all the time. Hey, you look at my screen. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I saw you do it. That's part of it. That's the joy of competition with your brothers. Choking your friend out because he was looking at your screen. That kind of stuff. Super healthy. Smash gets me in the foulest of moods. The thing is, once the system turns off, it needs to be over. We're all looking at the same screen. What do you mean? Yeah, dude, there it is. There it is, man. There it is. You're the guy I would have choked out first, dude. You kidding me? I would have choked you out first, man. We're all looking at the same screen. What are you talking about? Dude, oh, man. I would have freaking put you into a guillotine. Are your eyes and hands still okay for that? Dude, that... Oh. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, so many throne controller. Dude, that's what I'm talking about, man. Oh, gosh, that brings me back. That brings me back. Hearing that lights you on fire. Hearing that lights you on fire. When you're playing with your friends, you know they're screen watching you, and they go, we're all looking at the same screen. What do you mean? Dude, that lights you on. You turn into Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, man. If you like ninjas and samurai, you'll love Sekiro. It's the hardest Souls game for me to beat. 007 GoldenEye brings out the worst. Yeah, man. Or the best. It depends on how you look at it. You know what I mean? Sweet Tooth. I mean, come on. The best part about Sweet Tooth isn't the fact that he's a clown with his head on fire. It's the fact that on the television show, it has the number one, one of my favorite actors of all time, Will Arnett. I love Will Arnett. He is Job from Arrested Development. He's the greatest. Odd Job with the Golden Gun was the original meta. It was, dude. He's the worst. You can never get him. His freaking hitbox was so small. He's at your knees. You're like, dude, what memories? How many core memories just got unlocked by saying that, dude? Wild. Bees. Job's not on board. Fortnite and Zone Wars has caused many a fight in my friend group. Man, I miss the classic PS1 N64 Dreamcast days. The thing is, you can bring it back. Everything is just one decision away. You don't have to play the new stuff. That's the thing that's great about some of the stuff that's coming out. You can play those games. You can choose to play those games. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's the great thing. We have that. Some would choose to use the emulation, others original hardware. Just invite the boys over with some IPAs. I bet that's... Or a delicious iced tea, depending on how you go about it. Had a great time as always here, JD. Time for me to depart, though. I have a wonderful stream and have an amazing day, everyone. Later, Clip. Everyone go check him out. He's on Twitch. He's a good dude, man. Get a CRT, hook up your N64, and enjoy life, my friend. That's what I got going on in the living room. It's great. Since we have turned our living room into an analog den, it's been a spectacular decision. Or iced tea, too. Yeah. Dr. Pepper, dude. DP. Love it. Love Dr. Pepper. I don't drink it anymore. I don't drink alcohol or pop, but that's just me. Haven't played new stuff other than Nintendo games. I've been playing retro for 7 years now. AAA games just don't appeal to me lately. I'm right there with you, brother. All right, I gotta go take a leaky leak, and then I'm gonna go refill some of my waters. After that, I'll come back, and maybe we'll play a game, maybe we won't. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence about starting Xenoblade, though. That kind of sounds interesting to do, but we'll see. Also, I kind of just want to get into some Mario Kart. I know that you said you want me to do some single-player stuff, but I was not prepared for it, and so this mustache decides to be really affronting. I will do some Mario Kart, maybe. Had another family over a couple of weeks ago. The dad and I started playing some Mario Kart. Before we knew it, our kids jumped in, and it was amazing. And only Nintendo can do it. Only Nintendo can do it. All right. I'm going to turn this music up a little bit. You guys enjoy for a few minutes while I go do a little mental reset. I'll be back in like 2 to 3. Get your friends in here. Let's see if we can get 200 people. I shall return. Cool? All right. See you in a sec. I did check out the M64. I'm hopefully going to get one. Xenoblade is awesome. Do it. Had another family. Oh, I read that. Had me ugly crying multiple times. Out. So, we'll see. Xenoblade, Metal Gear Solid, Donkey Kong Bonanza. You know what I mean? I asked this last time. If we do Mario Kart just today, to finish it out, to hang out for a little while, who would be able to hop in? How many people would I be able to get in there? Just simply put me, if you can. Ben. I can. Me. Went to a Comic-Con this weekend. Mario Kart competition with a live band. What do you think of the term "it's just a game"? Oh, wow. There's a lot of you. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's play. I think it's true. It's just a game. Games are meant to be enjoyed and have fun. If you're treating it, if it's worse, if you're being gnarly, if you're being weird, if you're being rude, if you're taking it so seriously that it's causing M64 or analog 3D. I don't know. I haven't used either of them. I'm inclined to say analog 3D only because of save states. Cup of coffee. Oh my gosh. Cup of coffee cruises in, dude. Oh, we have another barista master. This is a master barista at his craft, right? This is our Sasquatch, right? So I have been doing coffee for a long time. Of course, the best at coffee in at the den. But Cup of Coffee is unbelievable at coffee. In fact, I look at Cup of Coffee as a Sasquatch that is still in the industry. I'm washed up. I've been doing this for a long time. But Cup of Coffee is still plugged in. He is the Sasquatch that we look to for what's the hip happening thing that is happening in the coffee space. And that is Cup of Coffee. Welcome in, Cup of Coffee. Love to have you here. Love to have you here. All right, everybody, here we go. There it is. I tell my little nephew all the time, it's just a game. You play games, play is fun. If you aren't having fun, you aren't playing. And it isn't a game. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Play is fun. That's what we do. We just play. We have so much in this world that is competing for not only our attention, but our honestly, our soul. And that if you can't sit down and enjoy something, you are going to turn into a shell of a human. You need to be able to enjoy things. I just upgraded my Switch 1 Pro controller to the Switch 2 one last weekend, and I'm loving it. Feels very premium. Oh, the Switch controller is out of this world insane, dude. It's out of this world insane. Can we get a VLK619 in the chat just so that I don't have to hold this up? Because I like to drive around. Thanks, guys. Ooh, look at that. I just mean, dude, I could literally just do this forever, man. I could play this game forever. Everything about this game is so good. Like, what's over here? I just saw something like fall down over here. I used to have Super Pro digits in online gaming just made more sense. Fast forward a decade, and I now see that one of the most redemptive things about gaming was bringing people together. Yeah, dude. I have tiny hands and was warned Switch 2 Pro isn't gonna do my hands good. Joy-Con 2 are actually too big for my... What? Dude, the Switch 2 controller is great. It's perfect. Oh, that's All right, let's start it up. Here we go. Start a game. Let's start it off with something crazy. Knockout tour. Calm difficulty normal. Here we go. Oof. I got to do a system update. Okay, that's fine, Martian. You'll get in on the next one. It's just slightly bigger than the first one, though. Ever so. No, I wouldn't say. I'm going random. I wouldn't say it's bigger. I would say it's angled differently. It's not bigger. So the first one's angled vertical. This one's angled out slightly. It's not bigger. Have you felt it though? I used to be super pro digital. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna try it now. Well, if you don't get it before, do you like the Switch Pro controller, the first one? Because if you like the first one, then you should. Oh golly. Woo! Oh, okay. Yep. If you like the first one, you'll love the second one. The second one is everything the first one isn't. Can we get some sort of speed on us? Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get any speed boost on that one, so we're going uphill. Can we get that corner? There it is. There it is. Oh gosh. How big is it? Oh boy. He's coming for me. He's coming for me. He's coming for me, baby. I don't want to be greedy. I don't need to be greedy. Okay. You can take it easy now. That's fine. Well, we're almost at where we need to be. I'll knock one. Sorry, Love Shack. Well, I deserve that because I was being greedy. See? That's what happens. That's what happens. Oh gosh, there's a lot. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All I need to do, to be honest, is I need to just maintain right there. Okay, got knocked off. That's fine. Let's take the inner circle here. Big turn. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that was. Oh, nice. I don't know how that happened, to be honest. Oh, we're set, dude. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. My Pro 1 is kind of getting worn. Honestly, Nathaniel, like, just do it. It is worth it. It is well worth it. Like, it is not that much bigger than. I don't even say it's bigger. It's the same size. I would say it's more ergonomic than anything. Oh boy. This is where it gets crazy. See, this is where the fun begins. Good heavens, dude. There's so much stuff everywhere. The joys of. Okay, this is good. Oh, Shadow Wolf, you're lucky. You're lucky my aim is not what it used to be. Oh, okay. We all can agree that oh wow, there's some big stuff happening here. Get off me. Why? Love Shack. That was unnecessary. That's good. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. By the skin of my teeth, dude. That was crazy. That was super crazy. I can't believe that that worked out the way it did. I'll take this. Targeted? Yeah. Come on. That's always what happens, though. They always want to take out the man in the front. Swing. And yep. Am I at 20? I'm at 11. Okay. A little bit of this for you. A little bit of this for you. A little bit of this for you. 1, 2, 3. All right. We're safe. That was sketchy, dude. Yummy. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Get away. Get away. Big swing. Cut in tight. I wish I had a jump because there's a really good section to jump here. Oh, I missed it, dude. That is not what you want. You want to at least hold on to something. I will tell you right now that I love Knockout because if there's something about Mario Kart that's fun, it's playing. It's racing. And Mario Kart is all about racing. And what this does is it makes it so that all you're doing is racing for 15 minutes straight. And it is stressful. It is okay, see, and like I don't even know how that happened. It is stressful, it is challenging, it is so Mario Kart, and I love every minute of it. Oh, that's good. And the music is just spotless. You lucked out. I was sniping. All right, cows, moo-moos. Give me something. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, golly. Get me in there. Oh, I got it. Woo! Okay, well, that's ridiculous. Now we got to make sure. This is the part that's brutal. I'm at 20. That's lame. I'm in 8. Yeah, I'll take this. Gimme. This is a very, very tight spread here. Oh, this is good. This is real good. What dictates, that's the question I have for you guys. For those of you who's playing this game, what dictates whether or not you recover from a roundabout? Okay, I made it. Top. Okay, this is the part that's gonna be sketchy. This is the last one, guys. Guys, all right, just get it tight. Oh. Well, I got third. That's fine. That's crazy, dude. That is so stressful. That was a good run though. I enjoyed that. GG's. I did my best, dude. That was crazy. That's a good one. You got lucky on that. That was good. That was real good. So we did one knockout. Everyone should be able to get in now. So we'll do a regular race here. We'll do a regular race here. So I'll give you guys all. Here it is. Here it is. Jet-legged gamer. What's up, y'all? What's up, Felix? I'm in. Good. There for everybody right there. Get in here. If you want to be a part of it, it's simple. Get in. You guys have another, I'll give you guys 2 minutes. I was making lunch during that. The water's boiling. Greetings from the Czech Republic. What's up, man? Welcome in. Come on now. Oh, whatever. All right, ready? Switch is not charged. I'll watch the next one. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do a race. It's going to be, we'll do 3 races, 150, no teams, items normal, calm difficulty normal, 10 seconds, and that's it. A simple 3 race for all of us. Have fun, y'all. Got a dip. Work calls. All good, man. Do we want, hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say it. We have 8 squatches that started today. 8 squatches. Oops. I want to start with here. Can we get to 10? Do we have 2 more squatches that want to join today? If I can get 10 a day, that means in 70 streams I can get to my 700. So 70 streams with 2 streams a week, 35 weeks. Within a year, I'll be able to go full time. As long as no one leaves. Quick math. And boom, baby. Let's go here. Are we doing a single? Yeah, it's a single track. All right, it's fine by me. It's crazy that this doesn't. Oh my gosh, I missed it. It's crazy that doesn't actually do, like, it doesn't, the food doesn't give you the same effects as a mushroom. So like if you want to dodge a, oh wow. If you want to dodge a blue shell, you can't actually use that in the same fashion. Are we all competing for it? Little bump. Oh, like this. Come on now, focus up, JD. Focus up, baby. Don't love that. Got to see. That's what you got to worry about here. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Okay, not mad at that. Okay, this is perfect. It's actually perfect. Oh, I got too greedy with it. Yeah, that's a bummer. Almost though, almost. You take that front spot, dude. You're signed up. You're signed up for disaster. That's the biggest issue you're gonna run into when you're running in the you are signed up for disaster. All right, let's continue here. You know what? Let's do Acorn Heights. Need to go, brother. Thanks for the game. Heck yeah, man. We got 11 people in here. That's awesome, man. That's over half a lobby. Need to go. I already read that. Over half the lobby. Love to see it. Love to see it. Oh, wait. Under half the lobby. It's 24, not 20. That's crazy, dude. Yeah. So as we chat, I'll read you guys' chat. I'm gonna keep talking to you about it. So if we're going single player, where do you guys want to go with this? I will oblige. We'll get a single player game going. I'm okay with that for sure. But what single player game would you guys be interested? So all games are on the table. I'd say the extent of my Switch library is probably the most usable, but also my PC library I'd be willing to crack into too. Really? I'm still okay. Well, that's fair, I suppose. I was in front when it got launched. Okay, that's dirty. So yeah. Missed it by that much. That is crazy, dude. To be this big on the water, it still works. That is nuts. A little bit of that. Get out of here, Ben. Get out of here, Ben. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Oh, he tripped into it, baby. I don't even 5th place. I like the MGS series you're currently on. I really enjoy watching people play those. Big fan. Okay. Fam is up. Time to start the day. Heck yeah, man. Gotta update my game. I'm not much of a kart guy, so been a minute. Yeah. Proud to be a Sasquatch. Proud to have you here, man. You're one of the few. Sweet. I kind of. Oh. Rainbow Road. Everyone, Rainbow Road. Now. Good. Someone knows. Big fan of Xenoblade or Zelda. I like Zelda. I'm a huge Zelda fan. So, do you guys want parameters? MGS2, Zelda, Xenoblade 1. Star Wars Outlaws. I guess that'd be it. It's hard to say no to Zelda. Yeah, I think that a lot. I think we've all kind of seen enough Zelda, though, if we're being honest. We've done it. So Xenoblade 1, Outlaws, or what is it? Xenoblade 1, Outlaws, or what was the other one I said? Oh, MGS 2. Yeah. You guys all ran into all the... I did not launch one of those bananas. And somehow you guys ran into every single banana. I feel like I just said banana like queso. That guy, dude, talk about a creator. Dude, queso is... He's hysterical, man. That was so close. Far too close for comfort, man. Whoa! And he's got a bomb on him. All right, fine by me. Used it too early. Used it too early. Ooh, he's close, dude. Dude, Eddie. I was gonna say Freddy. I thought it was Freddy. Eddie. That was dirty, man. You try to launch back on me? Oh, okay. Oh, no. Water. We're fine. Ben, sneak it in there. Get in. Tight turns, tight turns. Can I get this? Yep, got it. On it. Good. Now. Try to push him off. Woo! We got first place finish on that one. That was crazy, dude. Outlaws, Xenoblade, Outlaws. Kind of curious if you ever went and played Twilight Princess yet. I haven't played it yet. I just realized I have that on my Wii U. I could do it. I could do that, actually. I have Twilight Princess on the Wii U. Maybe that's what we do. We'll see. We'll see. You owe me for that win. I took all the mess and went from 3rd to 6th. That was nuts. Barely snagged 3rd. Shadow still wins by 1 point. You earned it, Shadow. You earned it. All right. Here's the room info. I'll be right back. Get in here. All right, we're back. I agree, Xenoblade, but they are crazy long. Let's do a versus race. 3. Yeah, that's good. We'll do another one of these. Xeno. Okay. That they'll go to Switch edition of TP. That was the first Zelda. I've never played. Oh, I want to change. I want this. Xenoblade are crazy long. So would you guys want? So if we're gonna switch it all up and switch it all about, is Xenoblade or Twilight Princess on Wii U? I have Twilight Princess on Wii U, by the way. So if you guys were to choose, that's kind of where I'm at now. Xenoblade or Twilight Princess on the Wii U? TP? Xeno? For show? Twilight. Okay. Well, so if we do Twilight Princess on the Wii U, should we preface it by playing Ocarina of Time first? Because when does Twilight Princess take place? Should we lower it up? Should we do like Ocarina of Time and then Twilight Princess? Which Link is Twilight Princess? Wow, Jorb with the invisible. Crazy. Oof. Twilight Princess is not long, which is good. TP is about 100 years after, give or take. Oh, no. Okay. Get me out of here. Wow. TP is Majora Link. So the question is, do we earn TP by playing Ocarina and so Kid timeline when they arrest? Okay. This is the ultimate. Gosh, dang, dude. That was a good hit. That's what you want to do. You want to hit someone right there on the edge. It's always stressful going next to a piranha plant because I think that it is a piranha plant power-up. Oh, golly. Can I take this? The trick is to not... And then take this. Big swing. Still 13. Man, this is not... Oh my gosh. Oh, my wife is calling. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do this. Mute. All right, I'm back. I made it back. Okay. I need to lock in for this. I'll read you guys' chats in a second. Oh gosh, the greens. The greens are crazy, dude. I get it. I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was I able to nail that, dude? I was able to get a second place on that. Woo! JD, any thoughts to see Project Hail Mary? It was super good. I didn't see it. No. Happy you're back doing this on the YouTubes, man. We really need a banner for JD. What do you mean a banner? I got a banner. Did you enjoy the week? I like to think that it's 50, but dang, that was stressful. Yeah, dude. Rainbow Road, press start. Here we go. Last one's always Rainbow Road. Thread the needle. Gymkhana. Thread the needle. Got it. Yeah. Rainbow Road. Is Project Hail Mary that, wow, we gotta get Andy to get like 10th, and then I'll get first, and then we're good. I just don't know how long it takes for a skeleton to decompose. So again, we're kind of figuring out what's going to be the game that I start here on YouTube. There's no big releases coming out, so we don't have to worry about anything big. I guess right now it's between Xenoblade and Twilight Princess on the Wii U. I'm okay with either of those, the way that I see it. Oh, Billy. And then there is obviously also playing a bigger game like Star Wars Outlaws, which also I'm into. So it's kind of where do we want to go? The biggest thing that's going to happen is once the Analog Pocket dock comes in, I'll be able to start playing through some of my my games that I have on the Game Boy Advance, which I'm really excited for. That's going to be great. Still got clipped by that. That's crazy, dude. That's nuts. That was a big shortcut jump. Well, it wasn't that big of a shortcut, but it was for sure a jump. Pop. Take that. Andy. Which colorway do you have for the Analog Pocket? I have a beautiful green colorway that I got from my buddy Morgan. It's a wonderful green. All right. Swing wide, sweet chariot. Still got it. Was able to. He got me. Whoa, that was sketchy. Oh, we'll go here and just get this pop. Does that do us any good? I feel like course hopping is supposed to be good, but 12. All right, I could use this for sure. Lime green, that was the GBS. Yeah. It's not lime green. It's just normal green. Dang, dude. Those. I would say that the most brutal melee attack in this game is the hammers. That was not the cleanest. Where, dude, we are seriously way far behind based on those guys. All right, 4 out of 4. This is okay. Dude, they are freaking far ahead. Can we get a blue shell launched, please? We need to get a blue shell launched here. Dude, this, I see him. Can we get down? Tighten it up. Tighten it up. That was the race for me. All right. Well, we tried. That was the race for me. All right. I messed that one up. Pretty good. One, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. Big swing, big swing. Can we get a blue out, please? Something good? That's not at all helpful. Oh my gosh, dude. Well, we tried. We tried. We tried. We did all right. Which colorway? Okay, always taking my valuable. Ever tried giving motorcycles a go in the game? No. Has anyone here tried Sonic Crossworld? Here is the colorway that I have. I need to see a preview so I can. So it's not lime green. It's just like this beautiful deep green. That's the colorway I have. Which I like. Ooh, P&W green. That's right, baby. P&W green. Well done, everybody. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. Mariners green? Nah, not quite. I would say it's more of like a forest green. It's not really Mariners green. Let's do one knockout tour. One knockout tour to finish it out. I got a friend request. Unless I know you personally, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to deny the friend request. This isn't because I don't like you. It is 100% because I don't allow for people in here that I don't know personally. So unless you can text me that it was you, I'm not gonna friend you. And that's just a personal choice when it comes to doing stuff. There we go. Let's just get it going. I will tell you right now that I may not be playing as good as it would seem, but I spent so much time trying to freaking 3-star this. I have every single race 3-starred. Now there is some meta you can do for that to make it so fun fact, if you don't skid and you do everything like you just don't do any skidding or anything, this game has something called dynamic difficulty. It will essentially make it so that the game is easier for you and you will have a higher probability of actually getting to the first place spot. When you want a 3-star, this specific type of race, which is a knockout, you have to get first spot in all of the all of the gateways. You have to get first, which is crazy. Oh, I think I'm an easy one. I will say that this specific one was the hardest. Just Goombas everywhere, dude. So many Goombas. Well, that's one way to get involved in that. Let's let Eddie just fire off a bunch of these. There he goes. Just do my own little thing. No, well, that was not me. Okay, we got our bullet bill here coming in the back. Let me... Yummy. Can we just big swing? Thank you. Oh, perfect. That was beautifully executed. Could not have planned that better. Get in there. Woo! Can I maybe... Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take that a little bit. Thank you. And... That's good. That's good. Got him. Good. That's what we needed. I needed to do that. Holy moly. It's fine. I can make this. Andy, taking a little bit off the top there, buddy. How dare you? How dare you, Andy? Can I swing through here? It's coming in for a quick bite. Thank you. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Shadow Wolf, coming for you. Can I? Okay. Wow. All right. All right. We got some, are those NPCs that came in here? Someone's trailing Shadow pretty hard, dude. All right. That's good. That's what I like to see. That makes me feel nice. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's fine. I can take that. Whoop. Okay. I thought for sure I could. Thought for sure. I just running into all the face first traffic. Okay, come on. Oh man, I just loathe. I'm not gonna lie to you. I loathe the water stuff. It's so brutal. Where are we at here? We're at 8th or better. Okay, that's fine. I can do this. Gotta get in. I just gotta keep it tight here. I am 8th right now. That's not safe. That's good. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And I got 20 on. Yeah. Oh, God. That was unfortunate. That whole situation there. It's okay. It's fine. We're good. I'm fine. All right, we gotta just lock in, dude. Come on now. Okay, I'll take this now, I guess. I just thread the needle. This is pod racing. Just get me through here. Just get me through here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Got a huge shake up there. That was big. That was big. I don't know how that... Big swing. It's fine. Come on in. I'll let you take that first spot just so we get in here. I love this course. This course is great. It's good for the quick and easies, the nimble folks. The heavyweights have a hard time with some of these turns. Come on. All right. Yeah. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Woo! I sent you a friend request. Man, I got obliterated at the end. GG's, everyone. That was crazy, man. That was a good one. That was a good one. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that quite a bit. Not gonna lie to you. That was brutal, though. That last course is not made for the heavies. That's for darn sure. That last course is not made for the heavies. JD, that was fun, right? Yeah, that's what gaming's all about, boys. That's what gaming's all about. It's just having a good time playing games with the buds. You know, we need that sometimes. I think some of us need a little bit more of that in our lives. And it's why I find myself gravitating more towards Nintendo, because they offer those experiences. But for you guys, gave me a run for my money. For you guys, I appreciate the everything that we've done today. I appreciate all of the support, the huge donations. We have 8 new members today. You guys are awesome. Welcome into the Sasquatch Society. The next stream will be on Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. And at that point, I'll have a decision made on what the game will be, and we'll start that there. But again, huge thank you to everyone who came out today to hang out. Pass the stream around, and you have a good rest of your morning. I'm gonna go and do some video work and get some stuff done. So I'm gonna enjoy that, and yeah. You guys are awesome. So see you guys around. Play more and be kind. Cheers.